lane using the shadow kills and just try to get back here, clearing the wave, doing push. That's what Hayabusa actually do, but how being locked here by the Hurricane dance, but Abyssal Arrow tries to get over Sin, but that shit being open here. Try to get back here from Sin, but Sin is the target from Team Louvre. And Indo managed to kill it. Jill trying to get back, and Louvre still managed to get another kill from this clash.
That was what I meant. Like Marsha just shielding down, and this Hayabusa cannot do anything to make the return damage, and as a result, he just died instantly.
And it's a really good movement there. They already got the first red in the top lane, even though that they are losing one in the bottom. But see, I think Louvre won't really let go of start its movement.
Yep. And now we see Kido is actually already level 7, but Val is actually knocked
magic
down.
poker trick being hopped here. There's still no better beat, but Val trying to get back here. Jit Kundo, but what? Still with the saddle damage there. Natasha being open again. Double kill here from Kimi, but I think it's gonna be done just like that.
Oh my god, then Marsha was about to Numenon Blast, but the quick reaction from Val was enough to kick the Lolita to cancel it, but pause is coming and there will be
maybe they have a little bit of problem here.
I think the headset, yeah. Yeah, it's the same. I think it's the same spot. Yeah, it's the same spot. Like yesterday, we are having a headset problem as well on that table, on the side of the side of the table.
Okay, but
I think the problem come back.
Okay, it's okay, no problem, no problem. We are still in the early game here. Start at Esports versus Louvre. They really need to be calm down, even though they're having problem, and they need to make a really good decision. As Louvre in the early playing quiet, aggressively, playing more confident rather than Start It. Start It is like losing something. They are just following every movement from Louvre.
Yep. Louvre is making plays after plays. Kido was just everywhere. He was like at the top lane, then suddenly is already on the bot lane, and suddenly already back at mid, and he just make kills after kills for his team.
True. Even he got 3 kills, and
he's the highest level on the match. On the game,
3 kills, 2 assists with the Calamity Reaper already on his hand. It means that he is pretty rich right now, even though the game is like only 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was a very important item as well, as it
for
will.
Selena.
Yeah, for Selena, because it will make your burst even crazier.
And it's already crazy actually in the first game, in the first minute. But it's now with the Calamity Reaper, the critical will be higher. And after he's making a concentrated energy, he's gonna steal everything. He will go everywhere just to take 1 kill overkill, and the life steal will be there.
Yeah, he just will survive. Like he can charge in and even feeling his life. So
yeah,
it's harder to. It will be harder to kill the Selena.
Yes. So it's a really good thing that is gonna happen there for Selena, but Selena is the typical of hero that if you are bursting them down in the early game, keep dying over and over again, it's not gonna be easy for Selena to come back. So I think the homework for Start It itself is locking on Selena.
Yep, I do agree on that, but actually Val is trying to look for Selena, but the Selena always come the second. So there will Val's position will always be spotted by Louvre's team member, but the Selena is not there, so he cannot using his way or the dragon to make something happen. But the Selena will be there after he is being spotted. So it was like a great positioning from Kido.
Yes, it's really good positioning for Kido, and he knows where he needs to stand. Because if he's not in a good position, they will get caught over and over again, and it will be a huge trouble for them. Really.
Yep.
Really.
It will be a huge problem indeed. And it needs as you said, needs something to make a comeback. So they need make something happen, as this is just Louvre's game basically. If they just keep farming and
keep
trying to
following
get
the
level,
gameplay.
yeah, it's following their gameplay, and Star 8 Esports was just like be there, become the hunt. It will be like Kido's hunting ground basically. He can just arrow everywhere like and Star 8 Esports was just like a food to them.
Yeah, it's gonna be very harsh for Star 8 itself. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe they were saying they were having something, but we cannot see it yet. Maybe because they cannot really communicate with the headset.
Yeah.
They will just continue after we fix it, and it's gonna be a huge thing. Yes, but for everyone that's watching right now, we would like to thank our sponsor first before we continue the game. We would like to thank our licensed sponsor. We have Bukalapak, our epic sponsor. We have Gambling, Creating Dang WeChat, Wi-Fi Master Key. Elite sponsor, we have the HyperX. Thank you, HyperX. And also, we only live stream inside our fans page of Mobile Legends Bang Bang and also MLB Esports. If you're watching from another platform, you might want to come back to our fans page since we have the redeemable code that's it's gonna be easy for you to redeem, and you will get maybe you can get the epic the skin.
Yep.
The skin.
Oh, you can
skin.
get epic skins from just
permanent skin.
Is
Permanent skin
Oh.
from the redeemable code.
Oh, I
It's
see.
possible. It's
Yep.
possible. And this ornament is only presented by Muntun and organized by MPL Indonesia. We will just continue the game here for
Oh. All right.
all right. Oh. Okay. So we won't continue yet, but yeah, so maybe we will just continue very soon.
There's,
Yes.
They said that there's a spike coming in.
Yeah.
So we don't want any trouble on this match. So
Because we want to see a really
High
fair,
play.
high play,
Yep.
fair play, and also really good match here because we are waiting for a new history. Maybe Star 8 will just lead over Louvre, or Louvre will just take it to 0 over
Yeah.
Star 8, which is they never have it until
today.
today.
Yeah.
They still haven't get to 0 in my already once
Is it?
against Sense Indo, right?
Oh yeah, against Sensindo. All right.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yep. Yeah. Louvre Esports takes Sensindo to 0. So, but this is different. Based on the leaderboard, Star 8 was way higher, like four ranking higher than Sensindo. So it will be a difficult thing
To
to
do.
do.
To do.
But
But
we will never stop hoping at the 0 thing.
maybe you just tired. I want to some surprise, you
No.
know. Yes, but guys, we would like to tell you about this promotion from Bukalapak.
Oh,
That do you know the Cloud newest skin?
the Mecha Dragon?
Yeah, the Mecha Dragon is really cute, right?
Yeah.
Especially with Dragon, you won't see another monkey. You will see the dragon.
Yeah.
Especially if you are a fan of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So you will like it. So Bukalapak give the promotion here up to 90% cashback, and also you might able to get the epic skin. You can buy
Ooh.
cheaper diamond and you can buy the Cloud's new skin.
Oh, that was pretty good promotion right here.
Yes.
But we will go back into the game. But the turtle has been stolen by Chupu right there, and Yor is actually going in, and that Hurricane that was just perfect onto Chupu. Chupu will be taken down by what? But the Selena has been taken down as well by TZ. But in the other hand, Sin has to go down. But what? That way of the dragon was just perfect. But what hasn't go down? The Nether Shield is there. Val still managed to survive, but he is actually chasing for this Leomord. But Jill, oh my god, Jill. Oh, that
Look at that ball playing, bro. Look at that ball playing, really.
Val really playing it very well. He actually just can do out of the Jill's
vision to see them
vision.
and just camp to the ambush and try to let the others hit on the Jill, so he won't be caught, and also Jill will be down. It's a really good thing that happened, and while playing it really good with the Joe, we might want to ban falls through if we are facing.
Okay, Marsha is actually charging in. Look at that shield. Really, really annoying shield.
Really, really annoying, and Sin doing the
Ooh.
quad shadow here just to disrupt one hero maybe from Team Louvre. Didn't want to commit doing the shadow kill and try to get life. But he's being zoned out by Team Louvre Esports.
Yep, Marsha was just there, you know, standing, and Sin cannot do anything. The maximum charge will not hit anything, but the buff from Star Age Esports will be taken down by Louvre, and Marsha was just actually cutting the wave free.
Yes.
And Paul cannot do anything. He needs to defend this, but on the other hand, Star 8 is actually pushing bottom lane.
Which is going to be very good for them since they are pushing onto the second turret in the bottom, but we see Paul being chased by Team Louvre, but Kido just laying it like a mama assassin.
Yep, and now Yor is actually running from the storm of Star 8 Esports. But what is actually there, and Hurricane Dance out from Yor, and actually top tower has been taken. Now Chupu is actually jumping in, and Marsha is actually getting very low. And Tezet is actually, oh my god, look at the damage from Kido. And Sin is actually gaining Marsha, but Chupu has to be taken down by that maximum charge. But well, using that,
Jeet Kundo and also Wave of Dragon towards Kido, but didn't manage to take it down. Only to take one. Marsha is down, but 1, 2, 3 trade is not good, especially when Louvre can take the turtle. It's a really objective playing from the Louvre itself, and also Jill doing the push in the mid lane just to push some minions towards the Star 8 itself.
To be honest, I would prefer Star 8 Esports to keep pushing bottom, so it will be a fair trade. A decent trade at least for that tier 2 turrets at bottom and tier 2 turrets at top. But they actually wanted to defend it, and now they lost everything. To be honest, the Phantom Tip has been called, and Chupu has been stunned. Then the Numenon Blast is there, and it will hit. But the maximum charge from what? It's enough.
A monster kill, and Louvre will just take another turret, but the Deadly Magic Pocket Trick being open towards Jill. Jill still safe and so still can come back. And what get the godlike plus Ice Queen 1.
And Jill is not dead, and it was not worth it to trade Tezet's life while Jill is not dead.
Yes, plus Paul here in the top lane being slain by Team Louvre.
He's in so much trouble. Even Nature's Shield.
Nature's Shield being open, but I
don't
think it's gonna be enough since Kido's damage is still too huge. Hurricane Dance to lock it out, and it's over. But it's a really long. They delayed by far.
The arrow hit. What?
Yes.
Kido! It's an insane arrow!
It's a blind arrow actually.
Yeah, it's a blind arrow, and Sin was just there.
Sin was just there, and he's been taken just like that by...
The kick onto Marsha. Deadly Magic is there, but he's still Numenon Blast. Didn't hit anyone. Val need to flicker out, but the arrow is there, will hit Chupu, but Val is trying to covering his friend, but he will cost his life. But now Chupu is using Inferno, but Jill damage is so high, and Paul is there. He's using his Hurricane Dance just to lock this Belleric.
Just to lock the Belleric, plus taking the mid lane turret. Dominance Eyes inside of the Yor's hand in the top lane, one-on-one Jill versus Sin. And Sin still managed to get one hero over there, while the other and the rest of Team Louvre taking the Lord inside of the Lord kit. It's still a good trade for Louvre.
But you look at Marsha, he was just pushing the lane by himself, like he didn't care about if he died. He's just pushing the lane, shoving the lane using in this Lolita.
Because they want to know where's the position of the teammates from Team Louvre. If they see, okay, Marsha is in the bottom lane, Jill in the top lane, there's not, the three people won't go for Lord, right? It's like okay, maybe they were just close by Lolita, so everyone is scared to get close by him. Really.
That's a mind game, really.
Yeah, it's a really mind game, and it's a really good move from Louvre. They're playing really good against the Star 8 Esports itself. And now taking 6 turret in 10 minutes, going to 11 plus the Lord in the mid lane.
Yep.
And maybe
Ooh.
Jill will just go to the bottom.
Marsha with the Lord by alone. Now Yor is coming in into the mid lane. But Sin is actually having a great damage amount on into Jill. But the Monument on Blast will hit Paul. Even the arrow to connect. But Sin is actually down by Jill. This is not good for Star 8 Esports. Val trying using Jujit Kuno. But Yor is so good using his 1000-pounder with that Petrify and as well that Hurricane Dance to lock Tezet. Although he has to go down, his teammate will claim the throne from this. And now it was just Louvre Esports game. Even Marsha was just Numenon Blast to the base.
The nice Numenon Blast here for scaring everyone from Louvre Esports, from the Star 8 Esports. They managed to take the first point from Louvre. I don't think it's a really good game from Star 8. Maybe they are thinking to doing something, but maybe inside of the ban and peak phase, they're having the trouble and cannot really do the strategy that they're already trying to settle from the last week.
Yep. You're using this Akai was just amazing, basically.
Plus Kido using Selena. Actually, they need to ban Selena and also maybe the Akai.
Yeah, but Yor was just jumping 1000-pounders in and Petrify onto 2 people, then Hurricane Dance on the right target, like the core target, which is the main source of the damage, which is TZ. But as we see, everyone got a gold medal right there.
Everyone got the gold medal, even Marcia, 16 assists. Wow. And Jill having 15 total kill contribution. Look at that Kido.
Yeah. Just rich guy.
But the richest one is obviously Watt here.
Yeah.
With the maximum charge, he got a lot of kills from the fire blaze there, and using the Ice Queen one, Blade of Despair, Winter Truncheon, really helping Watt to do it.
But
And Yor,
it's actually the same. Like both of them have 3 items. The same item, 3 items, then the magic stats one, and also the jungle, Kido and Watt. And at this point, Watt was using the discount emblem, which make it Kido richer. But we see the net worth is actually Watt is richer. So
he's richer obviously because he's taking 9 kills,
Yeah.
bro. Really, bro.
yeah. And
Bro.
without even dying.
Without even dying.
Yep.
That's the thing. That's the thing. But yes, that is the first game between Louvre and also started Esports, and we will just see the highlight to see some pieces and also some movement here from Louvre that makes them to win the first game of this best of 3 series, and we will just see it right now. So yes, this is the moment when Kido get the first blood in the top lane, and Yor is just too annoying.
Yep.
The damage from Selena actually too huge,
Yep.
even
But
from the early game.
this is Sin just trying his best to make a damage, but Kido's rotation was just great. He going into the top lane, and they were just 4 men diving the 2 men right there. This is where Marsha actually using that Numenon Blast onto Paul only. Yep, but this is, I think this is where Sin actually get his kill.
Paul is the one that saved from this one. Oh no.
No.
Okay,
That's
but
not
this
this.
one Chubu.
Yep, this is where Chupu dies actually. The Numenon Blast
The
hits
boom.
out the corner.
Boom!
And maximum charge from Watt was just perfect. And this is where the arrow suddenly hits on blindly.
Yeah, blind arrow, but managed to get 1 hero from Team Star 8.
Oh.
Even the tainted damage actually is already huge, but he cannot going to the front.
Look at that Numenon Blast was just perfect every single time from Marsha. And I think after this will be your engagement onto 2. No, it's already done. Okay. It's
So
not-
yes, this is when the Nexus is done. So that is the first game between Louvre versus Star 8 Esports. It's a really good one. And it's really interesting one for everyone that watching. Which do you prefer? I do want to know. I do want to know from the viewers here, which one that you prefer? Are you gonna pick Louvre?
And now making making the game how it goes. The direction of the game was actually given by to the first pickers, because as we know that the second pick needs to ban Harriet as well as Grok, so it was like just already there, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Your team
So there's
is
the
banning.
chance here, Star 8 taking the Lunox if Louvre didn't want to ban the Lunox and let the Grok go. But yeah, it's a quite hard decision.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, okay, still the
Your
Grok ban.
So
team
Star 8
And Louvre, I think they will pick Kimi and Show as well. Yeah, this is classic
Your
counter
team is
to
picking.
just being the second pick.
Yes, that is a classic pick here.
Well, we'll get his Kaya right here.
Your
Alright.
team is picking.
His Kaya and also Akai from Team Star 8 Esports will be picked here. But Valoric, Louvre, is the one gonna play the Valoric when
Your team is banning.
after Star 8 was using it before. They might want to do something. Plus Valoric is one of the counter of Kimi itself. So it's a really good thing Louvre tried to lock over Valoric rather than just let it go.
Yep, because if they didn't pick Balearic right away, Star 8 definitely going to ban it, I think. So, what's banned for Star 8? Oh, Diggy actually
Your
getting
team
banned.
is banning.
This is so much respect coming into Marsha's Diggy.
So much respect, and just like what I've said before, even though that we don't have the DG, Louvre still can combo it with another hero like Angela, or maybe just
Your team is picking.
Johnson.
Aldo!
But already,
Aldo. Aldous
Yeah.
is available.
yeah,
Yeah.
Aldous is available. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Oh,
saying. But Selena again, they're just gonna
Your
play
team is
Selena.
picking.
Kimi over again. They're using this two same strategy like before.
Yep, and I think so. Watts will be the one playing Kimi, and Kido will be the one playing the Selena. So we are looking for Jill / Marsha's hero probably. Okay, so Chubu will still insisted using the Samus.
I don't think it's a good one,
Oh,
Thomas. I don't think it's a good one
Your
because
team is picking.
actually Leomord is still open. But Gatot Kacha.
Alright.
So it's gonna be Jill's show.
Yeah, it's Jill's show.
So it's a Jill's show. So yes, they still can. Maybe Gatot Kacha is only for countering the Hurricane Dance from Akai.
Yep.
They try to control it with the Avatar of Guardian, but let's see. Let's see. Because I'm really scared of Lunox right now.
Yep.
I'm really scared of Lunox, but Selena from Kido is also annoying as hell. So this is the draft ban and pick pace for the second game between Louvre Esports versus Star 8 Esports. Who do you think gonna win for this second game? We will just jump into the in-game right now.
all troops
Alright, we are
deployed.
coming into game number 2 between this series between Star Esports against Louvre Esports, and as we know, Louvre Esports is already take game number 1. Will they be coming home today with full points? We will see just about that, as Valve are using his signature hero Kaya.
Yes, using his signature hero, but doesn't mean that you're gonna have the win straightly. You need to really control the game. You really need to do a lot of things instead of the game itself. So yes, this is that try to get over Valve, and when he reaches level 4, it's gonna be a disaster. Really.
Yep, and Jill is trying to get this minion jungle, but Sin will just use that horn rose to secure the kill. But the arrow is coming, even Paul has to use his flicker, and Val and Chupu is already going for that gold buff on top lane.
Yes, but this gold buff will just be taken by
Sorry, I think.
Oops, right, one of them. One from Tito, one from what?
No.
Oh, no.
It's on
It's
TZ.
TZ, okay. I thought it's Watt because Watt is not in the camera and he's moving nearby the coin buff, so I thought it was for Watt, but no, it's gonna be 1-1, the same thing from Star 8 and also Louvre. It's and Star 8 here, play more objective to the jungle here, stealing the jungle from Team Louvre and might want to take 1 kill from Louvre as well.
They will. I don't think
Turtle
this is a good
resurrecting
idea
soon.
for. Okay, never mind. They will cut the creeps to get Val's level 4, and they might engage on this Kimi. But Yor is there and caught 2 people right there. Val is getting very low, very low. But Marsha is going down. Val with his Kaya using the Divine Judgment at last minute, even making the play to kill Marsha.
Yes, the really good timing from Val Divine Judgment towards Marsha and drag it to Lunox, because he knows that Lunox have a pretty high damage.
Oh, but TZ is getting caught by
Father Guardian.
There's 3 ultimates. Like Kido is actually charged when he's charging, it's enough. But Jill even used his Way of the Dragon to deal more damage, and even the Avatar Guardian to secure the kill onto TZ. He wants this Lunox down very quickly.
Yeah, because the kill over Lunox means that delaying the level and also the gold from Lunox itself. So delaying some experience, delaying some gold can cause a good thing for Louvre.
Yep, and Brilliance of Order even used for that buff. But at the top lane, Watt was just going for the tower. And Marsha is actually getting very low and needs to go down as well, using his Divine Judgment again and again onto Marsha.
But we are seeing here Chupu trying to get the coin buff, even though that is already being reset before, but the Inferno being used maximum charge. It's taking the gold buff?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, no, it's Fall.
Yep.
Fall is the one that taking it. The Divine Judgment, they still haven't got the Divine Judgment from Fall. Fall already have the Divine Judgment. Who is the one that he's one to take?
Okay,
but
Fall
the Hurricane Dance, it's a really good one. Jill is almost down. Maybe he will down just by using the Ring of Order, but no, he's trying to get back here and still save and sound.
Oh my god, that was a great play from Paul.
And now seen taking and slaying over Turtle. It's a really good trade for Team Star 8, even though that they are losing 1 turret in the top lane. They're still leading, even though for 1000, even though it's a really not good start.
This is just mean don't give Paul his Akai. It was a great initiation from Paul. You see how he flicker and using that Hurricane Dance onto 2. It was just amazing from Paul just now.
Yeah, but in the bottom lane, we see again Hurricane Dance being used over Jill, and Jill cannot go away while she tries to slay over one hero. But Phantom Execution is already being used. Rose now tries to get back, but he cannot go anywhere. And he needs to be taken by Team Louvre Esports.
Yep, but Chupu is actually taking that turret down as well. Objective for Star 8 Esports right here. Paul's trying his best to defend this tower, and I think TZ will come and help. No, he's just going for the buff, I think. No.
He's just going for the, yeah, maybe the buff. They will just try to give it the buff.
Oh, but they're
in the
going.
top lane, Val and also Chupu try to push towards the second turret in the top lane. But no, they're trying to get back right now. GL already have this endless battle, which is going to be very good for them if they want to go and try to do something.
Yep, and Jill is actually going to do something, but it's not there yet from Chupu. Is getting too close to the wall, so he cannot take it. Indo finishing up his Calamity Reaper, as Sin is actually pushing bottom lane, still have the defense from Marsha and as well as Ma.
Okay, but Tezet already have the concentrated
Turtle
energy.
resurrecting
It's
soon.
gonna be very good for him since we knew that Lunok's damage is very huge in the early, but we see Marsha being caught by Paul over there. Can it go to the front to try to chase over
Oh, the
Tezet.
kick onto Chupu. But there's another initiation. Paul is actually getting caught as well. And but it's actually the turret down. Paul will cost his life. But the Hurricane Dance is there and he needs to go down. Jill is actually down on the top lane. It's taking too long and force a rotation from Tezet as well as Val. But Sin is actually getting caught. His Phantom Execution out. And he will go. Oh,
Almost.
the maximum charge is there.
Almost.
So
Almost tried to get over Sin there, but still can take the turtle here from Louvre. They're trying to chase the. They try to redeem what they are missing in the first minute, because Star Age tried to control the early game and coming to the mid game right now. Louvre really try their best.
Okay,
to
Chupu
play
is
more.
actually going, but the arrow is there, and he still survived. But no, the Avatar Guardian on 2-3. Marsha still alive. Nope, Chupu will take it, and Yor now is actually getting caught by that Divine Judgment. Still managed to run away.
To run away, one is down. Marsha is the one that down, which is not a bad thing since he is one of the tank from Team Louvre.
But
Being
it
called,
will cost the turret.
it will cost the turret. They also almost get the turret in the mid lane. It's like you can just go there, maybe using one or two hero to just push in the mid lane.
Yep, but that was a great dive, to be honest, from Louvre Esports, but the damage isn't there yet. Even Marsha is using his Nature Shield to go dive in, but just great defense by Star 8 Esports basically. But there's 4 heroes is actually on this buff, and Star 8 Esports was just keep farming while Paul scouting. And Val is already finishing up his fleeting time. This might be a game changer from Val.
And Thomas might want to go to the Bloodlust Eggs after getting the Athena shield, which is gonna be very good for him if he is chasing over Louvre Esports.
Oh my god, that was a great arrow by Kido. But Kido is actually getting Divine Judgment. Jill damage is there. It's already getting kicked for Chupu. But then also the Avatar Guardian onto Chupu. And there you go, Jill with the double kill. But Sin is actually not die yet on the bottom lane. And the bottom lane turret has to go down. Marsha's trying his best to survive.
Marsha trying his best to survive, but the arrow almost hit over Tezet.
Okay,
but they will
Tezet is
just come
actually
it to Tezet here, blink out, and also will give the damage. But
Release of
Marsha,
order?
wow.
Oh my god, release of order is there, but Tezet is getting very low, but Cure actually caught him. The arrow still didn't hit. Oh, the mark. Tezet and Kido wants this mark, and he will go down.
The concentrated energy is there, so Indo is not scared to face Paul over here, but the Hurricane Dance try to just
the arrow even hits again, and now Paul has to go down as well.
Now, that is what Indo playing inside of the first game. Ouch! Almost hit the Chupu there in the mid lane.
But
the arrow,
in the other hand, will get Jill. Jill is actually storing a lot of damage just now. Like in the top lane, when he got a double kill, it was like crazy play just from Jill.
what is his item? Since item seems really huge one because his critical hits 1.5k. I think Endless Battle and also maybe?
Blade of
DOD?
Despair? Yeah, I think so. But Val is actually looking for this Kimi.
Kido taking the buff, I think.
Yeah.
And after this one, they might want to go over, maybe try to go for
This is actually
buff lane.
this is actually funny. Like Louvre Esports is always gathering up every time Kido wants to go for buff because Star 8 Esports was very known for stealing the buff. Okay.
But Paul here absorbing damage from Team Louvre. They don't want it.
Okay,
to
Val
be
is
out.
actually looking for something. Even Flicker in, and Marsha is not the target you want. Your will get Val. Val is in so much trouble, but Paul is there for backing up Val. Oh, and but in the other side, Sin actually got what? And Jill got Sin, and now Jill is coming in. The Cho is here. The damage is just monster. Look at that damage onto his tank. But Chupu is now using his Inferno TZ on the backline. Got your and Marsha has to go down to double kill for TZ. Paul will get arrows, but Chupu will get Jill.
Mega kill?
Will get the mega kill onto Paul, but Kido is in the awkward position right now, and Val is actually looking for Kido. Kido still running the arrow onto Val, but now there's the divine judgment onto Kido. TZ is there, and that will end it. The mega kill onto Kido, and now they are going for this Lord.
Actually, that is a wipe out from Team Louvre Esports. They are wiped out. Really, maximum charge here from Watt. He's trying to go to steal it, I think, but they still haven't got the maximum charge again. They know the position of Team Star 8 Esports that going to the Lord, and the Lord is still safe towards the Star 8's hand.
Oh,
Look at that Sin's damage. Is he making the Scarlet Phantom as well?
I think so. I still don't know though. But now we see the Coruscant side onto Jill. Like he wants that auto attack build instead of the burst damage from the Way of the Dragon build. So, but just now on that fight, Watt is actually getting caught by Sin on the backline. That's why there's no damage coming in from Louvre Esports.
Yes, because since Homework is just taking the most and the highest damage from Team Louvre besides Indo to just shut it down, because after they shut it down, Louvre won't have any damage and they can counter it 4 versus 5, which is gonna be very good for them.
And now Val is actually looking for something. Look at that flicker onto Yor. Yor is getting burst down. The kick from Jill, but Jill is getting very low. Paul is going down, but Val is actually looking for this Jill. Jill still can manage to survive, Inferno even being used, but Sin is actually getting caught with that Tornado. Still Phantom Execution, still alive, but Kido is getting very low and have to go down as well. And now the push is coming in from Star 8 Esports. They want to push into Game 3, and Jillik is getting caught by the Divine Judgment from Val. The kick to make Chupu happen, but TZ is the real damage right here, and we'll get that. And Sin pushing that Sublancer, and we will get it.
Rock Gold Meteor inside of Sin's hand right now.
Okay, I think it's too much. Star 8 is actually getting caught, and bottom lane inhibitor turret will go down, but I think they need to chill a bit.
They need to chill a bit, but it's already 2 lanes super minions.
Okay, Val getting more again and again. He's getting Marsha, but Marsha with the Nether Shield trying his best, but TZ is actually just the backline that you needed to kill them, and the inhibitor on mid lane turret is getting very low, but TZ is actually going down. The Avatar Guardian to cancel Paul's Hurricane Dance, and the maximum charge to get Paul. Didn't manage to get it, but they will still want more. The kick onto Val. Val is going down, I think. Yep. That is the key important from Star 8 Esports. Val using this Kaya Phantom Execution to out Tornros to avoid the damage, but Watt is just chasing Sin, and Sin has to go down, and Jill even want more. He wants this Chupu, but Chupu is just too fast for him.
Yes, it's a very good one, and since with the Watt's damage, it's like you are too squishy and you're facing one quite high damage there from Louvre. What do you expect?
And
with
now,
the energy? Wow.
Paul using the Hurricane Dance, locking one people down, and Yor has to go down. Louvre Esports didn't manage to get the tier 2 onto this tower, and Jill needs to run away.
Yes. But right now they are just gonna wait for the next Lord. If Louvre can take the next Lord, they might able to win the second game. But if they are not, they have quite huge homework.
Yep.
All the minions from the start towards Louvre, and also the damage from Scene, they need to shut Shin down, and also TZ with the Luna. So
Yeah.
it's like you need to burst these two people, but you need to remember Paul is the one that always dragging everyone. So we see the damage from Lancelot because of the skeleton,
Yep.
like what I've done.
Yep. I think he's going for the immortality right there.
Lord
from
resurrecting
Sid
soon.
as well. And Yor is trying for another.
Almost full item actually. It's four items.
Yeah.
Almost four item for Selena.
Yep.
Almost four. Already have to find life as well. Maybe Selena might want to go to the middle castle.
And I think this Gatot needs to use his Avatar Guardian. It's getting very low, and actually Paul will get caught. The Lord has been slain by Star Esports, and Jill is actually getting caught by the Divine Judgment. The Avatar Guardian didn't manage to hit anything, but Paul with the flicker and the Hurricane has caught Jill, and Jill, but still managed to kill Paul. But Star Ace Chupu will get Jill. What is actually getting chased by that Sin, but the Winter Truncheon is there, and Sin is getting very low, but haven't go down. But 4 down for Louvre Esports. They will not manage to defend this. Okay, well, actually getting what? Oh my god, it's wiped out from Louvre Esports, and they will force a game 3 from Star 8 Esports.
Yes, so Star 8 still managed to steal 1 point from Team Louvre here. And it's a really good start from Star 8. They already told us they have something to face against, to be done against Louvre, and that's what they did right now. They're taking 1 point by just using Lunox plus Lancelot. Lancelot is not being picked a lot, but when they really pick it, I think the win rate's still high. I think the win rate's still high, and we are coming to the post-game analytic right here. We see the MVP is the Z1039. I think we deserve that.
No, I think the MVP is Val on this game. It was just a crazy Kaya pick right there. As we know, like, it's his signature hero. He's the top global of this Kaya, so he knows what to do. He knows when to go in. Was just a surprise. He used his dash 2 times, then suddenly flicker out. It was too fast for Louvre Esports to react to that.
Yes, but Lunox, we already see a couple of times that he is not using the Brilliant of Orders to go back, but just to chase over and over from Team Louvre, and it gives a lot of pressure. You don't want to get close to TZ, really. You don't want to get close to TZ, you just want to burst TZ down. So it's really a good game there between Louvre versus Star 8 Esports, but we would like to see later how is game 3 gonna be. But before that, we will just see the highlight first, how some things that really happen inside of the game, what is really the mistake that Louvre take, I think.
Yep.
There is 1 of 2 huge mistakes from Star 8 as well, and maybe they will just fix it inside of the game 3. But we will see the highlight right now.
Yup, and we're going to the highlight where Paul is actually getting caught. Still have the Hurricane Dance and will get down, but as a result, Val get Jill on the top side of the lane just now. And this is the fight where actually Marsha's jumping in using the Nature Shield.
Yes, but this Kido is really good. You see the Avatar Guardian didn't really in a great time, since it didn't really manage to take some of the people from Star 8, and Paul is really quiet. Even though he is good with the Hurricane Dance, he's still quite greedy in my opinion.
Yep, and on this fight was just TZ going in so crazy on this, but Kido going for Paul at the backline, but that's a 4. I think Kido down as well right there, and I think it's a wiped out on that. And
yes.
After that, it cost Louvre the Lord, which makes Star 8 Esports just having this the Mega Minion
Mega minion right here, and this is the last time what almost get hit by the winter Truncheon being used here to not letting Sin chase over him, but they just straightly push towards the base of the Team Louvre since they know 4 down from Team Louvre itself. So it's a really good movement here by Team Star 8 Esports. We don't know what will happen in the third game since they maybe want to change the strategy from Team Louvre. They don't want to pick the same hero like Selena and also Kimi for Boat and also Kido.
Yep.
And maybe from Star 8 they will just give another surprise towards the Louvre Esports. But we won't go, don't go anywhere because we'll be back very soon with me, Bella Jeff, and also my partner here.
I'm Clyde.
Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. kind of tense when I say my partner here.
Yeah.
So we are back here for the third game between Louvre and also Star 8. They are pretty nervous and they take a break. Maybe they will just catch some air and try to be more calm and try to play more differently rather than the first game.
Yep.
The second game.
I do think that they need to change their strats because it's not working simply just because they win game 1. That it doesn't mean that they will win the game 2 using the same strats.
True. But we will just go to the bed and pick phase maybe to see what is the strategy from Team Louvre. If they are using the same one, it's gonna be done for them. But from Star 8, if they're also doing the same thing in the second game, it's not going to be good for them.
And actually, this is not looking good for Star 8 because they will get the second pick.
Yeah, Louvre can get the first pick if they can just like play more differently with the banning pace.
Yep, I think they will ban the Kaya, of course.
Your team
Like in
is
the first
banned.
game, they managed to ban the Kaya and they won the game. And when Kaya got a release and Val actually needs to play other
It's not
heroes.
because of the Kaya, it's also because of the Lunox. The damage from Lunox and also Kimi is very different.
Your
Yeah, but I
team
mean,
is
if you
banned.
get first pick, you have the ability to ban Lunox
Yeah.
as well as Kaya. But as the second pick, you need to ban the Harriet or Grok.
Yeah.
And Grok, not or. That's why probably this drafting phase is really important. Like who's getting the first pick and the second pick. And Star 8, I do think they need to have.
Your team
actually,
is banning.
so
Not banning anything?
they won the Lunox, so okay, the Lunox will
Your
be
team
picked by
is
Kido
picking.
then.
Okay, so
What are
yes.
Lunox?
Lunox
Your
for
team
Louvre,
is
there's no
picking.
Kimi in the enemy side.
So Cho,
Cho and also Akai. It's very good to be safe for Fall and also Paul.
I think Paul is having a really great game just now in the game 2 using.
And Fall in the first game using the Cho is really good. So yeah,
Yep.
Your
it's
team
Cho and
is
Akai being
picking.
picked for Team Star 8. Which means Louvre need to be careful. Maybe a Leomord plus Minotaur?
I do think the Minotaur is good on this game, just to cancel that.
And also the
That
heal.
Hurricane Dance.
And
yeah.
also the heal.
Yeah, and so, as well as the heal, like it probably will help the
Teammates.
Lunox.
Mhm.
Okay, but is they actually going?
They still can pick Minotaur later.
Your
If
team
Star 8
is
didn't really
picking.
ban on it. Or if Star 8 want to be quite greedy, they pick the Joe into the fighters and take the Minotaur for deny pick.
Yeah.
So they have the 3 tanks basically, one Joe as a fighter, Akai as the tank. But I
Balearic.
don't know why they keep
Your team is
keep
banning.
picking Balearic. Balearic is good, but not in every match you need to pick Balearic.
Yeah. But
You need to improve.
but Belaric's nature shield was really good actually.
Yeah, it's really
To
good
dive.
to dive,
Yeah.
but
Your team is
this kind
banning.
of lineup, I don't think Balearic
It's
will
act-
be very good.
It's actually good.
For countering
Cloud.
Cloud, yes.
Yeah.
For countering Cloud, yes. But I don't know. So you only depend on Payacho
Oh.
and also
Your
Akai.
team is picking.
You only depend on that too.
Yeah. All right. So this Cho will be Chupu's Cho, maybe because
Yeah.
Sin is usually play assassin, right?
Yeah. You still play Assassin or Marksman. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be using the Cho.
Yep.
So it's one fighter,
Oh.
2 tanks. So this is
Your team
Sin's
is picking.
hero. Chupu gonna use another hero.
Chupu will use
Oh,
the
it's
Cho.
Chupu. Yeah,
Tezet.
that's it.
It might be Tezet's hero, but I never see Tezet actually using Goshen. But that's the DK.
The Tiki.
Because actually, how DG play is actually similar with Balearic.
I
Yes,
don't like the Gatot Kacha. I don't like the Gatot Kacha. I hope it's only the Shade of Peak.
I don't like that either because it takes time for you to
Use
actually
the Gatot Guardian. Yeah. I don't like the Gatot
Okay.
Kacha
Your
really.
team is
Really?
picking.
But you're doing so much. Okay, so that's Tezet hero. It's like Goshen will
Yeah.
be picked by Sin.
I definitely don't like the Gatot Kacha. Definitely, definitely.
But Gatot Kacha is actually when yours playing it, he will rely. He's not relying on his ultimate. He basically just use his second skill to caught. Just now he's doing great. Like he caught like 2 people, 3 people just using the second skill without the Avatar Guardian. So I think it's pretty good.
It's pretty good, but it's not effective.
Yeah,
And
I do think
efficient.
because the Avatar Guardian is not reliable.
Not. You only. I don't know. Maybe I will just try to take it, but we will just come inside of the game right now.
Smash them.
Alright, we're going into game 3 on this series. It's the last draft of the match. And we will see Kido is now the one using the Lunok. But now TZ is actually already on this Cho, trying his best onto Marsha. Wait, what? TZ will use Cho on mid?
TZ will use Cho on mid.
Okay, so
This is still
Yeah.
a deny pick.
yeah,
This is definitely only deny pick.
yeah.
But the one that I want told you before is like Louvre having not really good one. Why? Because it's only Gatot Kacha is the pure tank from Louvre Esports.
And
They're using one support there.
and if you see right here, TZ is actually using a support emblem, the mark. So it's probably focused on one hero, but there's no damage coming up from this emblem. So it's probably the third support coming into this draft from Star Esports. What? This is so relying on Sin as well as Chupu. This is actually crazy draft from Star Esports.
Crazy draft, but might work. I don't know. It might work, but Kido, they really need to be scared of Kido's.
Oh, actually got onto your death mark, and now the ultimate being used. Oh, okay, but Paul doesn't have his ultimate.
Blender.
Yet. Blender, no 1,000 pounders.
No,
Okay.
1,000 Thunders.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it. There's no one stat here. Warrior boots on scene.
Turtle resurrecting
Swift
soon.
Woods on
Swift
TZ.
Boot on TZ. And we see Demon Shoes on Cloud before Chupu got the kills. CD does one.
Yep, and I think so. TZ will make damage build, but using the support emblem. Okay, that's nice because
It's quite complicated here inside of the game.
Yeah.
The emblems, the hero, the one that they use, but we see here
Okay,
your
who almost died there.
almost die. What? What?
I know the philosophy from TZ though, because when he kicks one people, the mark will reduce the defense. I think for that one particular person, so he can burst it down using the damage. But I do your auto attack that will not have the damage that you need. But there's a stun onto your, and Kido has to go down. Paul is getting cancelled by that Avatar Guardian that Paul has to pay for his price. Val is trying to cover Sin up using his nature shield, but Jill needs to be careful. Sin is getting caught, but still have the what? Double kill for Jill actually, but it might be a triple kill for Jill. Oh my god, that momentum.
It's a triple kill, and the one that doing it is actually Leonard. Paul being caught, Sin being caught.
What?
Paul. Oops, but in mid lane.
Okay, but Kido is actually flicker up front, and TZ is looking for something. The kick onto Kido, and Kido has to die again. Oh, look at the Chunpo.
This is really annoying movement from TZ using the Cho here. I'm okay, they were relying on Sins and also Chupu's damage, but look at that Cho.
Yeah, Cho just making moves everywhere, and now even helping Chupu's getting his buff. So it was like he was a semi-support, but I don't know actually how to describe this Cho. And this Cho is actually scouting. Wow. Okay, and Sin is actually also already on the bush, but Star 8 got caught Marsha, and Sin just want to know where is your first before he engaged. So now his ultimate is being used onto Kido. Kido is very low, but the kick from Tazet will finish Kido. Well, still have that Nether Shield, also the heal, but your is actually getting burst down. The Avatar Guardian got cancelled, and Blazing Duet, what are you doing? You don't have the damage yet, bot. And now Star Esports just storming into the turret on the mid lane, and Paul is actually caught Marsha. And this will be the first turret. Nope, Phantom Stitch still be used by Jill, and he will clear the wave. Tazet is actually being burst. Nope, and the Hurricane Dance onto Jill. Tazet once more. Got that Jude can do, and Jill has to go down as well.
Wow!
Wow!
What a strategy here.
Okay, Avatar Guardian will hit Chupu down, but Chupu's the key damage from Kido is enough to kill Chupu, and they managed to defend this tier 1 on mid.
But it's like one blow away before it's down. But yes, the movement from Team Star 8 is really a surprising one. They're really good by locking people after people, hero after hero from the Louvre itself. And I think if they continue to steal the momentum from Team Louvre, they may be able to just win against Louvre. But if you let this Jill getting fat and fatter, it's not gonna be that easy.
Yep, because okay, Marsha just poked the turtle down, and Paul using the blender, trying to make him face. Okay, Kido is actually getting caught. Oh, the reverse time flicker tested is in so much trouble. There you go, the lock from Kido, from your, and there you go. Tazet is down.
Tazet is down, but Paul will be
is
the
actually
second
looking
one.
For Marsha, and the Hurricane Dance is there, but there's no backup from Star Esports. What are you doing, Paul? You're just throwing the gold into Louvre Esports. It's only 200 gold differences right now, and now Chupu is actually going for that third to third Blazing Duet to clear the minion wave, and now Kido is there. What is actually jumping in? They have the deadly magic, almost die from the damage of deadly magic.
Because the poker trick didn't really come inside of the deadly magic, so the damage.
Val is actually getting caught by Jill. The momentum is there, the slow, the critical is there, but there's you go Val, reverse time, and it's enough. Jill, oh look at the time journey from Marsha, just saved Jill.
But I think if the time journey is quite late, in my opinion.
I do agree. But the Kido is in so much trouble. Wrong momentum at that Jeet Kundo, and
there's no other move.
Yep, and Kido needs to go back down. Just having that buff and everything. But Sin is actually pushing top lane, trying his best, but Jill is
Demon Hunter's Sword
there.
is already inside of Cloud's hand, Calamity Reaper inside of Sin's hand, but along with the concentrated energy, he's pretty rich. Sin is pretty rich.
Yep.
You really need to be careful of Sin's damage here using the blade and the charge inside of the blade. If it's stand dagger, you're gonna be down.
Yep,
really
and
down.
Just playing with Paul, but the reverse time is there, getting caught by your too fast for Marsha to pop the time bomb, and Jill is actually getting caught. Paul is there, Avatar Guardian to cover Jill up, but there's the 10 dagger. He did not hit anyone, and Paul has to pay for his life. Playing with fire from Louvre Esports.
Playing with fire with the Louvre Esports, but Kido is pretty in a good position after getting 3 kills, even though that he's been down for 3 times. You're trying to protect over him, and they need to lock on Kido first rather than the other.
I think they need to fight no split pushes needed from Star Esports, because all of their lineup is being prepared for fight. But Marsha is actually have that time journey to save it. Val is getting very low. Nature still popped up, and Kido has to finish Val right there. Chupu is in so much trouble. Jill is going for them, but Chupu getting Marsha in. Paul with the Hurricane Dance trying to protect his friend. Will got caught by that. Got Kacha, but no, Sin is actually going down. Although what's Blazing Duet is already got cancelled, but Kido will have more.
Kido will have more, and this Louvre Esports will just take the Lord's momentum here. It's already 9-minute defense left on Sin's hand, even though that he is having a quiet
Okay,
TZ.
Ooh, the damage is very. If the burn is enough.
Marsha, time bomb.
Okay, even using his reverse time and time bomb.
But still have a
Alright.
jit to go.
Okay, now Paul is actually going down. He tried to steal the Lord, but it's not possible.
To come back here from Team Star 8 Esports.
Oh, but 3 Catapult is actually pushing into Louvre's bottom lane. But what is there? Already having his golden staff. This might be something. The blazing duet will hurt so much.
The attack speed is gonna be very fast from Cloud using the golden staff, and Kido using the concentrated energy will make it more sustained inside of the war, and it's gonna give him a lot of magical life still there. Plus, Teza just finished one blade that's gonna be very good to really lower the physical defense of the other teammates.
Yep. I started to think Tezet's
Movement.
what Tezet's role in this lineup is just lower his defense as well. And just got killed by that Sin or Chupu.
Yes.
Because his item and his emblem was just showing it.
Yeah, true. But we see the Lord is coming to the top lane
Oh,
right
Sin
now.
is actually getting caught and Kido monster kill. Lord is going down. Nature Shield even popped out, but Tezet is actually not there. They cannot defend this tier 2 on mid, and now Louvre Esports starting to burst down onto the base of Star 8, and now Tezet have to let go that tier 2 as well. All of the outer turret is already down from Star 8 Esports.
So this is the momentum from Team Louvre to just come inside of Star 8's place right here. But we see Kido already do the push here in the mid lane. The lane, all the minion from Team Louvre is getting close to the base of Team Star 8. So Star 8 really need to be careful with the movement from Team Louvre. One slight mistake at this moment will just make Louvre win it.
Yep, and now they are gathering up on the mid lane from Star 8 Esports. This might be it. Marsha getting caught and getting very low and have to be burst down by Star 8 Esports. Marsha is actually very up front, and Louvre Esports, they need to reset. They need to get out from here.
They need to get out from here, but we see the buff has been taken by Sin. Sin is taking, want to try to make it better for this game, but we see seeing the position here from Team Louvre to Star 8. They don't want to Star 8 go outside too far from their base.
Yep, and now Divine Glaive was already finishing up onto Chupu, and Chupu will make a lot of damage onto Louvre Esports. More damage, and now 50 seconds onto the Lord, but Kido.
Winter Truncan
Yo,
into Sin's hand.
I think that's a good item because.
But it's like a good and bad in the same time.
Yeah, because since Sin is actually the one diving into the backline, and Tezet was just to create chaos with Paul and Val, so he will need the time to defend himself from the damage from Louvre.
Yeah, but if he's being triggered by Team Louvre perfectly, it's gonna be just a bait.
Okay, and Sin is actually using his stand dagger, needs to get out. Paul taking so much damage from Kido, godlike from Kido, and Tezet actually get Marsha. You're getting kicked, but the blazing duet from What is huge onto the backline. Chubu has to go down, Val also getting down, and Jill is actually chasing Sin. Sin still have the dash, but they want Sin, they want this kill, and triple kill for Kido, and the Tezet will also going down from What. Wiped out from Star 8 Esports. Louvre Esports, I do think they will finish this fight.
They don't want another Lord, they just want to finish it, but 2-1. Hero from Team Star 8 already respawned Paul here, but Paul is gonna be burst.
He's trying his best to make What out of the base, but the base is just dropping low, and there you go. Louvre Esports will come out as the champion of this series.
And this match is 2-1 for Team Louvre. They definitely got the 2 points, so the one that they really need the most. But Star 8, they are not giving up easily against Louvre. They already stole 1 point from Team Louvre itself.
It was a great game from Louvre Esports. Although and Star 8 actually showing some resistance as well at the early game. They managed to lead before Louvre taking in, and they just doing great actually.
Yes, and this is it. We will just see the post-game analytic, and again and again Kido 10-3-5 here. And what even though that he's not performing too well with the emblem here, only silver, but he's the one that doing the split push. We can see it from the damage dealt to the structures. Later, he's the one that doing the split push. He's the one that try to control anything that he can, and also the blazing duet is really just good.
Yep, at the last fight, what's blazing duet was just perfectly used as they go for the backline, and Chupu he suddenly died from that blazing duet, and you see
it's 60% from what?
It was just huge amount of damage into the building.
Yeah.
Yep. And
so he's doing this all of like 60% of the push is coming from what, and from Team Star 8. Chupu is the one that really tried to get the push and try to get objective, but it's not really happening since it's quite hard. Louvre giving a lot of pressure towards Star 8 Esports.
Yep, although I do like the Star 8 Esports show, it was really creative and it might be work in some way, but I think Star 8 Esports doesn't have a plan for that mid show yet. That's why they are kind of messy and do know what to do with the show instead.
Yes, but this is the game and highlight from Team Louvre versus Star 8, the third game. This is what we see, the Kido getting caught by TZ doing a lot of movement, but there's someone's coming that's slain Team Star 8 after the blazing duet. He's going away, but this Phantom set is just really good.
Yep, I do think that Star 8 is better than Louvre Esports and in the beginning, but after this getting caught one by one, I think everything just went down for Star 8 Esports.
True. At first they were perfectly good, going very smooth towards the Team Louvre, giving a lot of pressure also, but getting caught. Like they're taking 2 kills, but they need to pay over the kills that they make. Like 2 of their teammates need to die, or just 1, but it gives a lot of gold towards the Team Louvre and gives a lot of space of team of the what itself. So they really need to make it more good, more smooth, since they are the one that try to control the game.
Yep, I do think that on that second last highlight, if only TZ kicking Kido instead of Yor, I think it might be a different result, because Kido when TZ kicking Yor, Kido was like just keep hitting using his darkness actually.
Okay.
So
but don't worry. We will still have another good match after this. We will just have the Aerowolf versus Onic, is it?
No, it's not Onic. I forget.
Aura.
Oh, Aura, yeah.
Aura. It's gonna Aerowolf versus Aura, which is gonna be very good one and a very interesting one. Maybe the curse will be there, because every time the team that being interviewed by the host and also the MC of this game, of this series of MPL, is getting loose after being interviewed. And Aerowolf yesterday is the one that being interviewed by the MC.
Let me introduce you to my partner, Dexter. Let's go fight some enemies. Let me introduce you to my partner, Dexter. Let's get this started. Let's get this started.
You have slain an enemy.
But you don't, Dexter. You get fat, buddy. Started.
You have slain an enemy.
Let's get this started.
Legendary. Double.
Bang bang.
The strongest ninja.
You have slain an enemy. Monster kill. Double kill. Legendary. Legendary.
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Killing spree. An ally has been slain. Mega kill. Ally has been slain. You have slain an enemy. Double
Our
kill.
inhibitor turret is under attack.
Triple kill.
Hey, hey! See my admirers behind me? Failure is not an option. Solitude is my closest friend.
You have slain an enemy.
Cruel.
You have slain an enemy. Launch attack. An enemy has been slain. Killing spree. Double kill.
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Not an option.
Turret has been destroyed. Request back. You have slain an enemy.
Failure is not an option.
You have slain an enemy. Mega kill. Ally has been slain. Mega
welcome back to MPL ID Season 3. You still with us on Facebook Gaming, and we will have an interesting match coming up. We have Aerowolf Roxy going against Aura Esports.
Yes, Aerowolf Roxy being so consistent in the league right now. They're at number 3 right now in the league, and Aura, who have been very dominant early on the season, haven't been getting the best results lately. They have been quite lackluster, failed to win quite a lot of matches as well. But coming against Aerowolf Roxy, they haven't had played yesterday Aura. So we might see new Aura today. Maybe they've already fixed their problems from last week as well. So it will be quite an exciting match.
I do think that they will need to rebound from that defeat against Alter Ego, as Aura, I think they are kind of miss of something right there.
Yeah, they actually took the game for quite a long time. I think it was 30 minutes.
Yeah, 35 minutes.
Yeah, 35 minutes. And the game went so long that it went to the error of a player until it actually ended. So Aura today, maybe they could have fixed their problems. Maybe they also have new strategies prepared for Aerowolf, so we don't really know yet.
We're really hoping that Aura can actually rebound from the defeat, like probably having a great play against Aerowolf Roxy, even though we might not sure who's gonna win this.
Yes, especially if Aura having such a good early season, but later on after they lost against Bigetron, everything just went downhill. It was very, very hard for them.
But we will call Aerowolf Roxy coming into the arena. Here you go, Aerowolf Roxy.
Yes, the MPL Season 1 champions right now, having their new roster this season. Quite a big shakeup with Alzora and Trust coming into the roster, but they've been playing really, really well, getting to position number 3 right now and only dropping a few games this season.
And as we know, this is Alzora's as well as Trust's first MPL.
Yes, this is their debut, and they've been playing really well. They've been 2 core players that have been performing really well for Aerowolf, especially for Alzora, where he can play mages and also marksman to a very, very high level.
And actually not just at the G tournament, this is Trust and Alzora's first LAN event.
Yes, actually yes, Maybe they've joined a few small LANs, but this is the first major LAN as well, and also their MPL debut, and they've been playing really well as well.
But we will have call Aura right now. And this is it, Aura.
Yes, one of the most dominant teams early on the season. They have failed to find consistency as of yet, but with quite a long time for break, especially with no matches yesterday, and also they have a 1-week preparation. They should be coming in here fresher and even better to face against Aerowolf.
Actually, I do hope there will be a new draft from them, as we always see the same draft from them, like Vince High Loss and probably another side, Gato Kacha as well for Sugar. So and Leomord for Rage. So we're hoping to see an actual fresh draft here coming into the match against Aerowolf.
Yes, I agree on with that, because early on the season we don't really know what they will pick, but after like 2 weeks, everyone knew they played High Loss, Kacha, and Leomord over and over again.
At first, actually, it was Akai.
Yes,
So,
Akai.
and eventually, Akai will got banned even by PSGRRQ. But coming into the third week and the fourth weeks, actually Aura having a new better draft without the Akai even, and they play the Gatot Kaca as well as the Hylos and Leumord, but so it was just that over and over again. But here's the interview coming into this match. Alright, okay, that's the wrong kill. Alright, but well, Aura, what do you think? What do you expect coming into this match against Aerowolf?
I mean, they do have few picks that not every team plays. They play Gatot Kaca very well, they play the Hylos very well, but it comes over and over again. It's Gatot Kaca again, Hylos again, and then Leumord again. Most teams already know that they play Akai, so they auto-ban Akai from the very start, and they just expect the Hylos and Gatot Kaca as well.
Alright, but yeah, this is some true next level rivalry against Roxy, because we know that probably they defeat PSG RRQ 2-0, but that was the time when language barrier is still there. And coming into this week, and they had to go against Roxy actually, and Roxy is the third place right now in the standings. It's so much different things.
Yes, and especially with Aura, they're not really high up on the standings. I think they are not even in the safe playoff yet. So they do need points. Even 1 point against Roxy would be very, very precious for them, especially coming into the later half of the season. And Aura themselves, they do have a very, very strong roster. It's just that they've been very inconsistent in the league. They have been playing really well early on. They lost one game against BTR, and suddenly it went downhill for them. They need to claw back somehow. And I believe they could actually with the roster they have. They just haven't had the chance to actually make a good comeback.
Yep. We did know that their players are actually a good players, but they just not seem to shining. I actually questioning things about that.
Yes, and with Aerowolf playing so well lately, it's quite hard actually for Aura to come back on this game. Unless they do have something really well prepared, like maybe a secret pick, or maybe even if they use Gatot Kaca and Hylos, maybe they've improved their play as well. Yeah. Because Gatot Kaca and Hylos is a very, very strong combo. They have a very offensive tank.
Yep.
Both of them, like they can engage really fast and disengage really fast as well.
Yep.
And if they can utilize it to the top level, they could maybe surprise Aerowolf today.
Yep. I do think that they are the first one that using Hylos this season, and even Roxy yesterday picked a Hylos just because probably learned something from Aura's draft.
Yes, I agree on that.
And Roxy coming into this tournament. But we will see what they think about on this match first on this interview right away.
Tim Aura dia lolos dari kualifikasi aja itu udah pasti bisa bersaing lah di MPL, karena kualifikasi itu kan nggak semudah zaman MPL season 1. Sekarang udah banyak pro player, udah banyak tim-tim kuat, jadi nggak bisa dianggap remeh sih.
Kalau dibilang sekarang itu di puncak klasemen itu termasuk tim yang kuat lah di antara tim-tim lain lah, seperti itu. Karena kalau aku anggap itu MPL itu udah emang termasuk tim kuat, cuman kalau bisa berada di top klasemen itu emang berarti di atas mereka semua gitu.
Semuanya, karena pasti mereka player-player yang terbaik yang dibentuk jadi satu tim.
Ya mungkin bisa dilihat dari LG kayak gitu. Ya karena saya saat gua lihat LG kemana kan, emang dia mainnya on fire gitu, bagus di setiap permainannya kayak gitu. Buat minggu depan Aerowolf siap-siap aja bakal ketemu Aura.
Good luck Evan buat Aura.
And there you go. Aura Esports coming with positivity right there. Although they actually look up onto Aerowolf, because coming into this MPL, every team is a great team. I do agree on that. We don't know who's gonna win, but that's what makes this MPL is pretty exciting. And it might be Aura's taking down Aero of Roxy.
Yes, I mean, Aura is very hungry right now for a win. They haven't been getting points lately, so a win could be a huge mood booster for them and also confidence boost, especially against Aerowolf, one of the top teams right now in the MPL. If they do manage to win or even get 1 point off of Aerowolf, that would be a huge boost for them.
Yep, but we also do think that Aero of Roxy, not seeing Aura as below them, but they actually see Aura as a strong team. That's a great mentality coming in from Aero of Roxy as well. So they will play their best against every single team in this MPL.
Yes, that's maybe one of the reasons Aerowolf has been one of the most consistent teams. They only lost against the top teams.
Yep.
They haven't lost against a team under them except for Evos,
yep,
which they lost last week.
Yep.
But aside from that, they've been playing very consistent.
But I just think that after that loss against Evos, they managed to find something that's missing from their team, and they managed to tidy it up, and they gained a victory yesterday.
Yes, they played much more disciplined than they were usually. And as same, they don't make big plays, they don't make those crazy montage plays, but they just play really simple Mobile Legends, just finish it as fast as possible, just play it as clean as possible, don't take chances, don't gamble.
Yep, and they take 2-1 onto PSG yesterday. It was like crazy stuff going on yesterday, but now coming up into this week, so these two teams are actually the one that beat PSG RRQ.
Yes,
both of them.
Both of them actually,
Yeah.
yes. And for Aerowolf themselves, they have been playing really well yesterday, especially against RRQ with their new roster. And the one you really have to take care of is actually Auzora.
Yep.
His marksman has been really, really good lately, and even on Selena, he has been a real beast on his team, taking down so many kills, pressuring the early game. And when he transitions to marksman, he just carries the late game really, really hard as well, especially on carry.
Yep, I do agree on you as well, because as we know that our Roxy is very, very flexible teams. We see a 2 mages draft. We also see the marksman draft, and it just makes you makes Aero of Roxy very, very unpredictable. So I do really hype to see how Aura are gonna face against that.
Yes, and especially if they have another pick, because they did keep the Hylas and Gacha quite a long time.
But yeah, we're coming into the drafting phase right now for game number 1 into this series, the 3rd series of the day. And Aero of Roxy will get the first pick.
Yes, usually for first pick they do
Ooh.
ban tanks like Kaya, sometimes they do ban Cho as well.
Yep.
And for red side, it's almost certain they always ban Grok and Harriet.
Yep.
Like you never want to see Grok or Harriet on the opponent team unless you want to try going for a trade, like opening Grok and Harriet and just forcing the opponent to pick one, and you pick the last one.
Yeah, but Trust is an absolute beast. Yesterday, using the Harriet going against PSG RRQ, I don't think you want to let go of that.
Yes, I agree on that, and that's why we can see a Harriet ban coming
Your
from
team
Aura, and
is
maybe
banning.
most likely a Grok ban as well. And Lunak's already taken out, so Kimi will be open if Grok is banned.
Yep, and Kimi will be used by Aero of Roxy, by Auzora probably, because I don't think there's another Kimi user on the side of Aero of Roxy. I never see Trust using that hero though.
Yes, I haven't seen Trust on a hero. Maybe Auzora will be the most likely player to be using it. We see Belric and Leomord coming in once again for Aura. And Belric, I don't think they have used Belric in the past.
Yep.
But Leomord is like a go-to pick for Aura.
They have.
They have.
Yeah, Sugar is the one playing the Belric. So it's Leomord for Rage, most probably. But Han is actually capable of doing that as well. So Cho, as usual.
Yes, like go-to pick for Aerowolf Roxy as well. They can flex the Cho and the Selena. Now this is making it quite hard to read, because usually one who goes for marksman is Auzora, but Auzora also uses Selena.
Yep. This might be a Wraith Selena, but
or maybe a mid Selena.
Or a short Selena, yeah.
Yeah, the thing about Aerowolf Roxy is they can play heroes in multiple roles, which makes teams really hard to read their pick and ban.
Yep, and now actually Tamus getting picked, so Tamus definitely going for Rage. So this is actually Hans Leomord instead of Rage Leomord. So we do see, okay, they banned the mid laner, which is Harley for Roxy.
Yes.
What bans should Aura do?
It's quite hard to read actually because they could ban a tank.
Yeah, they need to ban a tank.
Yeah, I think they need to ban a tank. That's the most safest ban because if they ban a mid, they can just pick Selena. If they ban a marksman, they can just change the Kimi up. So it makes it really, really hard for Aura to actually pick something to ban. But the safest one would be a tank.
Yep.
Yes, and Min Sitar actually being banned just to avoid the Selena and Min Sitar combo that Aerowolf really likes to use.
Yep. And now Rage is good. Okay, the Akai will be picked. So probably Sugar is the one playing the Akai, so Vin is the one going to play the Belleric. So this is the last two picks from Aerowolf Roxy. They need a tank, definitely. If this Joe going for a tank, so yeah, Lapu Lapu.
Lapu Lapu is good. Maybe Minotaur. Yes,
yep,
Minotaur will be picked.
So Minotaur for LJ.
Your team is
I think for LJ, Mino.
Yep, and Rave going for that show, and Billy is actually going for that Lapu Lapu and Trust using the Selena.
Yes, it's a very, very strong composition, especially if Lapu Lapu gets Selena. And we can see Kagura actually being picked for Aura Esports this time.
Yep, and we already see a great Kagura play as well from Yam. We saw how it goes, but no, Auzora is actually going for that Selena and Trust playing the Kimi.
Yes, we haven't seen Trust on Kimi, if I'm not mistaken, and it's the first time we're going to see Trust actually being on Kimi this time.
Yep, and we will see how it goes, as actually Rave is going for the... Rave is actually going for that Lapu Lapu, so Billy is the one playing Cho. This is gonna be interesting. So let's see how it goes for this draft for game number 1 between Roxy going against Aura. Alright, this is game number 1 between Aerowolf Roxy going against Aura Esports, and Trust is actually using this Kimi for the first time in this tournament. And this is what I like about Aerowolf Roxy. They are unpredictable. Now Rave is actually switching up into the fighter role, as we see since yesterday. Rave is actually the fighter's role instead of Billy. So Billy actually a core, but Rave was just using a fighter to shove the lane and just stay in the lane.
Yes, they're able to play multiple roles at such a high level, which makes it very, very hard for the opponents to pick and ban against them.
Yep, and now Billy is actually gathering up with Auzora. This is something unusual. Two cores nearing each other. Look at that, Billy is actually the damage type. So this is a one-tank thing from Aerowolf Roxy.
Yeah, maybe Billy will, even though he is technically a support this game, he'll still build damage. Maybe for early game just to get a small boost.
Yep, and Trust is already looking for that gold buff. The arrow missed on bottom lane, but Billy is actually going to get it. Auzora going to get the gold buff on bottom lane, and I think the top lane is also going for Aerowolf Roxy.
Yes, and 2 gold buffs going for Aerowolf right now, controlling the early game really, really well. They're wave clear on Kimi.
Yep, and they just go back to mid. Yep, Sugar with the Kai, the signature heroes from Aura right there. And they are going to top lane? Oh no, they just going for that minion jump.
Yes, and maybe they'll try pressure top lane as well, but the turtle is spawning at bottom. You can see a dive coming in right now.
And now Billy is actually already hitting that hand. Oh, the arrow hit. They didn't manage to kill it. Trap. The trap doesn't have enough damage yet, as Auzora still level 4.
Yes, you can see a dive being prepped up for Aerowolf right now on top lane, but Lapu Lapu just go forward and clears the wave before he gets dived.
Yep,
and now Turtle.
Turtle is already being popped up by Aerowolf Roxy, but Aura has responded very, very well. Billy is actually on the wrong position. Finn is actually not gonna die yet, but double kill actually for Yam, and the turtle can be secured, but Vin is actually getting arrowed again and again, but there's no more follow-up. Aura Esports is actually taking the first 2 kills going into this Kagura.
Yes, indeed. And now we can see, Vin getting hit by the arrow, going very low. Wow.
Wow, Auzora still managed to... What? Look at that arrow on the perfect timing that makes Han cannot chase him anymore.
Yes, and a redemption kill coming for Auzora, making Aerowolf Roxy now have a 500 gold lead. so early in the game, even though having lost 2 kills such at the early turtle.
And now Billy is already ready using that Way of the Dragon, waiting for Aurora. And now there you go, the slow onto Han, the kick onto Han, and there's the follow-up from Aurora. Easy kill for Aerowolf.
Yes, and Aurora now has 2 kills and a lot of farm. This is making him very, very scary if he gets even more gold, especially if going for this gold buff.
Yep, and fast gold buff finish up, and the Chieftain Rage even being used from Rave, but the ultimate didn't hit Rave as Rave goes for that sprint, but Vin is in an awkward position actually, and Trust was just shooting him down.
Yes, but the mid lane does have problems right now. Yam and Sugar just going for a turret, taking a huge chunk out of it. And if they're not very careful, they can go up and look for a small fight up against Aerowolf Roxy right now. You can see Yam.
Okay, Sugar in the right position and gap Trust in. And now LJ is actually getting caught, but nope, no more. And Sugar will just go back to shove Yam it. And now the Rage is already coming. Minion Fury even used for Sugar, but actually Trust is going to be burst down by Aura Esports. Trust has to go down, and but there you go, the Jut can do 1-2-2. The kick not able to be followed up by Billy. This is actually a good move and a good cover up from Vin.
Yes, indeed. Now we can see Aerowolf and Roxy and Aura also getting even closer in terms of gold, with the turtle already up as the second turtle. And we can see here right now Billy trying to cut the wave if possible, but the wave just passed him already.
LJ needs to be careful. Yam doesn't have enough damage yet to burst a tank though. But there you go, the turtle has been poked out by Aura, and we see that Vin is covering his way, and Han is actually helping Yam to get this turtle. This is a very slow turtle, and now our Aerowolf Roxy is already on the vicinity to go for the turtle, but the turtle has been burst down by Yam, and there's the Minion Fury onto the Chieftain Rage. Aurora will get Yam, killing spree, the kick onto Vin, but Vin still managed to use his nature shield and still alive. LJ is getting very low, but Sugar with that Hurricane that's going to get a Lapu from Rave. This arrow into Sugar. LJ managed to run, but Trust using that maximum shot will able to finish Rage. Now Aurora also chasing Sugar. Aurora on this Selena was just so aggressive.
Yes, and the Selena on Aurora, we know he's a beast on the Selena. And this time he got a chance to actually play a Selena and snowball on it very, very early on. We see 4 kills out of 5 kills from Aerowolf Roxy on him.
Yep, and Trust will get that 1 remaining kill from Aerowolf Roxy. All of the kills was on the core on the side of Aerowolf Roxy, and Blade of Space is already finished up from Trust in the 5 minutes. This is going to be huge for pushing the turrets.
Yes, and now we can see Aerowolf Roxy getting
Billy is actually there now. Billy Han is actually getting kicked, and the Chieftain Rage even being used by that Rave.
Yes, indeed. And we can see LJ has to be very careful right now because Yam is starting to get a lot of damage, and Sugar is also waiting for LJ to step out of position.
Minion Fury, but Billy is actually on the back line, but getting caught by Vin, and he has to go down. LJ is getting down as well. Vin using this nature shield, but Yam is actually getting very, very low by the damage from Trust, but Trust has to go down. Sugar with the Akai with the play, but the arrow getting Sugar on the cut, but nope, they will not go for this Panda.
Yes,
but
because Aura is getting those turrets while the pressure is off of him right now, and Aurora looking for a kill onto Han, but I don't think he can get it right now.
Yep. The objective is on the side of Aura right now. It's actually really, really close network as well.
Yes, you can see Aura clawing back in this game, chasing network of Aerowolf, and Aerowolf doesn't seem to get a good fight even though they have a Minotaur.
Okay, LJ is trying, looking for something, and the Minion Fury is there, but I think it's gonna be used right now to secure the turtle. Billy will secure the turtle. Vin using that nature shield, still on the line, but Sugar with the Hurricane Dash was very, very good. Although Aurora has to go down, Rage is also getting kicked by Billy and has to go down as well. And Han is actually on the good position to kill Billy. Billy still have that shield and have to go run onto his base.
Yeah, so you can see Rave still at full health. He may be looking for a wave clear. He doesn't have, he still has his Chieftain Rage actually.
Yep.
And he didn't use it in the prior team fight, so he may be able to look for another catch if someone does walk around him.
Yep, although our Roxy has that turtle, the lead is still on the side of Aura. And now we're looking onto Ice Queen 1, almost finished up by Trust. This is the very unique thing that LJ is actually using Sprint on this miniature, not a Flicker. That's why he's not making plays using that Flicker of Minion Fury.
Yes, usually we do see Mino on Flicker, just to get that surprise ult on, but he has Ghost, Sprint, which is much more reliable since he can actually try to position himself much better, but he can't surprise the opponent with his Flicker like most Minos do.
Yep, and now Necklace of Endurance is also already been done onto this Kagura, but now Zora has to be locked down. This Akai, man, Sugar on this Akai may be a surprise pick for Aerowolf Roxy, as we know that Sugar is not using this Akai for a long time already, but now there he is making the play, but yeah, is actually getting shot by Trust, getting very low, and the Minion Fury, the Chieftain Race didn't get anything, the kick to Finn from Billy, but there's Aura Esports is getting very low, and Trust will get that Leomord.
Yes,
maximum charge.
Trust getting more items, getting more damage, but LJ still haven't got a good fight out of Aura, which makes Aerowolf Roxy quite hard to actually pick off people. And with Selena getting into mid game, they have to end this quite fast because the late game from Aura is also quite strong.
Yep, and now the turret is almost down on the bottom lane, and this might not be a good thing for Aerowolf Roxy.
Yes, and we can see Lord is already up, but it's too early for both teams to actually try and knock it down because they still haven't got items. They're not that far apart yet in terms of gold, so I don't think Lord will be taken at least in like 5 minutes.
Yep, and they will just farming and farming, and we'll look at that Kimi actually getting on the buff, but LJ will just protect, and Han is actually using his Phantom Steed just to steal that. But Vin is actually getting kicked again and again by this really Nature Shield even being used, but the damage from Trust is too big. Maximum charge even being used, but Azora will finish the job. Necklace of Endurance from Yam is pretty crazy on these people actually.
Yes, we can see right now Aura trying to look for a catch on to Aerowolf Roxy, although they did knock few turrets down. They still haven't got a wipe on Aerowolf Roxy, which makes them unable to get Lord and actually push really hard.
Yep, and Aerowolf Roxy is actually still leading on this match. And Billy was just finishing up his endless battle right now. This is an important item as well.
Yes, we can see Rage having to be careful because Alzora is right behind him if he does get caught. The arrow just barely missed, and they have to be careful because Yam is waiting in the bush.
Okay, Yam.
Oh, I actually thought he was going to try to burst down Billy, but instead he just tried to back off.
Yep, because he knows that nobody is there yet from the side of Aura. Oh, the maximum charge is actually dealing quite a huge of damage into Yam, and Trust now already finishing up his Divine Glaive, and this might be something from Aerowolf Roxy.
Yes, they have to shut Trust down in an instant.
Okay, Sugar even using his Petrify, but managed to be dodged by Billy, and Sugar getting very low. Nope, not low enough. But LJ is actually on the backside, and Yam is actually getting caught by Azora finishing up Vin, but now Han is actually on the front line, but didn't manage to get anything, but Billy is actually going for this. Oh no, the Chieftain Rage getting hit onto Han, and Han has to go down the chase onto this Rage, but not enough. Now they are going to storm the middle turret from Aerowolf Roxy.
Yeah, so 3 members down, they only have their 2 frontliners now here to defend the turret, and I don't think they can defend this against Aerowolf.
Even use his Inferno going to defend this, but the turret is going down, and then the Minion Fury onto Sugar. Sugar still managed to survive, but Rave not going for more.
Yes, and the wave clear was just really on point. We can see Billy trying to push the bottom turret, but we can see here Baleric is coming in to defend. Can't he defend it?
The damage is
Billy has a lot of damage right now.
And Billy was just going to steal that turret in front of the eyes of this Baleric.
Yeah, so you can see him just backing off, maybe looking for a buff before he can actually reset and try to look for another play. And here you can see Lapu Lapu from Brave actually doing quite well. He can engage really hard as well, and also follow up on Alzora if he catches someone with his arrow.
Yep. And he's doing pretty good. He just roaming around, be there for the team, not even trying to farm too much, just clearing the waves, and he's doing well. In the side of
Sugar, you have to be careful.
Ooh, the damage from Trust is big. Okay, and the arrow.
Just barely missing Sugar.
Yep, and now they are looking for this turret on the top side of the map, and they will get it as the damage is really huge. And now Han is actually getting kicked by Billy. He just a distraction on bottom lane, and there is 2 heroes on bottom, and Billy even canceled the recall from this Leo mode, and this might be something, but nope. Arrow of Roxy will not make something happens out of this, and they just want team fight, I think.
Yes, they don't want to look for random team fights, but they do want to try to fight around the objective.
Having that rage right now, and Aura is going to back up, I think. Sugar doesn't want to do anything with that Minion Rage, and actually getting caught. Minotaur have to be careful, the Rage is already down. Aurora is actually getting Hurricane Dance, getting caught and getting to be burst down by Yam, but now that's the Nature Shield and the Minion Fury, but there's enough damage or not? Nope, Finn has to go down, but nobody is dying yet. Han is now coming, but Rage has already been burst down, but Billy is actually pushing onto the base of Aura, and Arrow of Roxy will not make something happen out of this. And now the Billy is going down by Sugar, but Han is actually very low. Billy can even manage to kill Yam.
Yes, we can see so many turrets going down for Aura right now. Even an inhibitor turret at bottom side, we can see Aerowolf getting so much map control right now. Out of turrets they have taken down. And now we can see the Lord may be going to be bursted down by Aerowolf. They do have enough damage from the Kimi, but they don't have enough members around Lord right now, so it would be quite risky if if Aura actually knew that Aerowolf is taking the Lord right now.
Oh my god, Billy was just so objective on this game. I do think that if Billy was on that fight, Arrow of Roxy gonna wipe out Aura Esports, but Billy was just pushing with the creep. They knew the momentum and the opportunity to do that, and nobody was there, and only Yam is realizing that, and it cost his life before Sugar even arrived.
Yes, we can see now the Lord being bursted down by Arrow of Roxy, and this might be a sneaky Lord because Aura doesn't really know that they're taking Lord, or they know but they can't actually go in, but we can see here Balric and also Kagura trying to move forward.
And then they will reset Lord, and Sugar is actually getting thrust down, but the cancel from Minion Fury from Arrow of Roxy is there, and the Chieftain Rage from Rave, and now Sugar is down. Vin is getting very low, but still managed to survive, and Yam is on the side. Okay, he's too much up front. He managed to kill Trust, but the Winter Truncheon will not save his life.
You can see Billy is still here looking for a kill. He might follow up onto Rage right now.
Okay, Billy was just zoning them out of the Lord, because the Lord is already getting down by Aurora's damage. Look at that, 25% more, and it will go down, but Billy is still chasing these Auras into their face, actually.
Yes, we can see now 10k gold lead coming in for Roxy, also a Lord coming down, also one inhibitor turret down. This is very hard for Aura to defend against. They don't have much wave clear, so they do have to rely a lot on Kagura, and if Kagura does get caught by Billy, that would be a huge disaster for them.
Yep, and look, now we only see Billy already having enough damage. He just scouting around, just wanting for more kills and more kills. And look at this. The Lord is now already spawned up and going to push the bottom lane, as I do think Roxy can just push with this Lord and win the game.
Yes, they have to gather around mid and also bottom just to make sure they are very close to the Lord, because if the Lord is killed before it reaches the Nexus, that will be a huge disaster and a waste to the Lord.
Yep, Yin Yang Overturns is already been used actually by Yam just to get that buff from Rave. But now it's now storming Arrow of Roxy, using the arrow, going to hit Finn, but there's no follow-up yet. The trap is there, just minimum damage, and Billy is already looking for something, but Rage is not there yet for LJ, and he's going to defend. Okay, the Lord is actually going sideways, he's going for the middle lane turn, and he's as well going down, and now the Lord, the Minion Fury onto 3. Also Rave with the Chieftain Rage onto 2. Now Han is actually on the front line and going to reach Auzora and Trust, but Trust is healthy and Vin is actually going down by Billy. Han is actually going very low, but the trap is enough to finish. Trust going to get Han, and now what are you going to do, Aura? You don't have what it means to defend this, and now Aerowolf will get the first game against Aura.
Yes, but Aura held really well against Aerowolf. Despite being so low in the standings, they gave a run for the money against Aerowolf, actually pressuring them onto the late game. And Aerowolf, they just finished it really well. They knew how to push the waves, they got Lord, they just finished it really slowly like they usually do. And they won.
Yep, we saw how Aerowolf was just playing with that new format, new role, and they've been doing this pretty well actually. Like, this is like basically one tank only and one a support tank.
But it only happens when they have Cho.
Yeah, but because I don't know how they drag, but they almost have the Cho every single time. And Trust on this game was just a beast on the backline because nobody can reach him. When somebody wants to reach him, the arrow was there, the cover-up from Cho, as well as the cover-up from Rave. The Chieftain Rage was too much for Auras to handle.
Yes, I really like the combo from Mino and also Lapu Lapu, where they just Mino Rage and also a Chieftain Rage coming in.
Yep.
And just destroyed everyone with the double knock-up.
Yep.
And it was just so much damage that Aura couldn't handle, and Trust in the backline, as you said, was just free hitting basically. No one could touch him, and even if someone flickered it forward, Auzora will be there just to arrow them and just burst them down.
Yep, and look at that damage on the structures from Billy was just too huge. He was a very objective oriented on this Cho.
Yes, he was just pushing it around Billy, and whoever got out of position, he would just come and catch them and just get out again.
Yep, great games from Aerowolf. Just a consistent game. Just like you said, from Aerowolf, Aura actually giving me a surprise today. They played it really well, although they didn't manage to finish up on game 1. I do have hopes right now for them.
Yes, especially with their game just now, they played really well. Even though they lost, they took it to the late game, and they actually almost had comebacks a few times.
Yep, like on this, Sugar is actually not die, and they get one. And they got the first turtle, although Yam is down. I do think that's all. Or, yep, that's all. And Richie, okay, that was unexpected.
Yes,
okay,
Ozora was very nice there. He just went around and just waited for a moment to turn around.
Yep, and this overkill, to be honest, onto hand. And Vin is actually, this is a kill onto Billy was very nice because when Billy kicking somebody in, the Vin got the Cho, so he cannot follow up.
Yes, indeed, and you can see here the team fights coming in from LJ and also from Lapu Lapu was just too big. They just comboed it and everyone just died instantly.
And Honey is actually doing a really great job as well, running around in the backlines of Aerowolf, and so Aura can have a burst damage onto them. But this is where Aura, I thought Aura gonna win, but the Minion Fury from LJ is just too good, and Vin going down, and Han is actually late for this, so
yeah,
no damage.
It was such a bummer that he came late, because if he came in early, he could have actually won the fight for his team.
Yep, I do agree on that. And this is just already, look at that LJ. That flicker into the Chieftain Rush into the flicker was just on point from Rave and just killing everybody after this.
Yes, at this point, Aerowolf just way too far ahead and just won the fight. Just ended the game really well, and such a dominant showing from Aerowolf Roxy, showing us that they are one of the most consistent teams in terms of plays and also discipline.
Yep, and our esports, I do think they need to make something happen.
Yes, I agree on that, because although they did have a good game, a loss is still a loss.
Yeah, as a loss.
You don't get points out of losses that you almost won. So Aura, even though they played really well, they do need to win against Aerowolf. At least one game out of Aerowolf, just to secure themselves a spot at a playoff.
Yep, I do agree, because points is really crucial right here for Aura, because we know our Roxy is already sitting on the top 3. He almost confirmed. He almost confirmed is already on the upper bracket of the playoffs, because he already secured the top 4, because it's already 50% of the regular season coming in into this week.
We only have 3 weeks left after this, so they do really need to take more care of their points. They can't just throw games, so just maybe take games lightly like they do maybe in the early season. But now we go into pick a bands against Aura and Aerowolf on game 2.
Yep, and now Aura have a bit of a control into this game because of the first pick.
Your team
because of the
is
first pick,
banning.
but no, Aerowolf Roxy is actually not gonna ban Grok and instead banning the Kaya.
Yes, they want to try to trade here, and Grok is actually banned from the blue side. So if they do open it, they are going to take Herod out of Aerowolf, and Herod just banned right now. Lunox and Kimi are both open, so Aerowolf is most likely going to take Lunox, if I'm not mistaken. They play a lot of Lunox.
But Lunox is already banned.
Oh yeah.
Kimi.
Sorry. Yeah, Kimi. Kimi is still open here, so they might be taking Kimi away from Aerowolf because Aerowolf played the Kimi so well just now on Trust.
Yep, but if you pick the Kimi right now,
Cho will be off.
There will be Akai Cho, but they secure the Leomord.
Your team is picking.
Yes, we can see Leomord is highly prioritized by Aura, and now they're taking the Cho and Kimi again from last game, taking on the red side.
See, this is what I mean, like how Aerowolf Roxy's draft is always getting the Cho. They always get the Cho somehow.
Yes, and they also highly prioritize the Cho. Like almost every game they take Cho, even though it's like first pick, they'll try and get it. We see the combo, the classic combo of the early season, Belric and also Claude.
Yep, and actually Aerowolf Roxy now can play with the same role. So Wraith on the fighter build, on the fighter side. So it's only one tank needed for Aerowolf Roxy. As you know that tank is now getting banned in the first and the second phase of the banning phase, and Tamus.
Tamus right now picking. I thought maybe they would have like Selena, but instead they secured Tamus first.
Yeah, it's Wraith's Tamus first, so I do think that's a good semi-tank.
Frontliner.
Yeah, a frontliner. You cannot say it's semi-tank, it's a fighter, okay?
Yeah.
But it's a frontliner and it's enough because you just there making chaos on the front line and while your team doing the damage from behind.
Usually what Tamus does is he just takes away the pressure from your team just by jumping around the back line, the front line, and making your team more free in terms of space and also positioning.
Yep. And
One more ban.
Selena ban.
Maybe, yeah, Selena ban is very, very nice from Aura because Aerowolf does look like they need a Selena in their composition, and from Aerowolf they might want to ban another tank maybe.
Yep,
Akai, yes.
That Akai was really crazy from Sugar just now. But now it's opened up a Harley at the size of the...
They can take Mino, they also have high loss, they have Gacha still open. So, yeah, they still have a lot of tanks, and for Aura...
Yep, and now they're going to take the Harley. That's why I said, like, you just pick the Harley first, to be honest, just now.
Yeah, they should have taken the Harley first, but maybe they were scared that they needed the tanks.
Yeah.
And Aura, they still can take high loss, actually, in that Gacha.
Yeah, I do agree. I do think they want the Gacha right here, but no Hellheart.
So it's a one tank only.
What is this? What is this? What will Sugar play? Because Vin is 100% tank. Okay, but Aerowolf Roxy was going to use that Kagura on Trust.
Yes, a Kagura.
So Azora will be playing the Kimi this time?
Yes, Azora will be playing the Kimi. Trust has been using the Kagura, and we can see Rave on the Tamus. So we can see maybe for Aura who's going to play.
Okay, so Sugar will play a core this time.
But who's going where? Are they going to share EXP, or is someone going to roam around?
Wait, what? So Yam is actually playing the Leomord, so Rich will going into the mid lane right here.
This is quite interesting. Unless we can see... I don't know where this Hellcard is going, to be honest.
It can go shelving mid lane, to be honest, because you know it's clear wave pretty easily on the first timing, and yep, we will just see later on onto this game number 2. Alright, we're into game 2, and what we see here, Sugar onto this Hellcat, and as I said before, Hellcat going into the mid lane, going to shove that lane for Rage. Rage is actually never seen using a mid laner before, up until now, since Bigetron on Season 2.
Yes, it's been quite a long time, but now we can see him in the mid lane using this Harley, and you can see here this Leomorph is being pressured by Alzora and also Billy, and they might be looking for another roam onto the buffs.
Yep.
Maybe no.
Sugar using that Hellcat support, actually just shoving and helping Rage. Now Rage is going to rotate at top, and Sugar was just shoving mid, and there's the poker trick onto Alzora. Pretty low for Alzora and Billy right there. Yam is actually can manage to do something, but the momentum is just to poke him out. The Trust trying to get this. Okay, he will get the gold buff on bottom lane, Rage on the top lane, and that's it, just the trade as usual. But Sugar is on the wrong hands right there. He's going down, but LJ is actually already there on the space escape. Billy is actually stuck, and now Rage is getting burst. The slow is there from, okay, Billy will finish up Rage. This is not looking good for Aura right now.
Yes, we can see Billy going on to Yam, but just trying to poke him out. And 2 kills coming for Aerowolf Roxy early in this game, giving them a 300 gold lead at 1 minute and 40 seconds. And Sugar on this Hellcard, I'm still questioning it because it's not the best defense, or at least I haven't seen it being used.
Turtle
now Yam is actually
soon.
burst down. There you go. The burst down from Hellcard is there, and Yam is actually can go back to his lane, and Rave is actually needs to go back because of this combo from Han as well as Finn.
Yes, we can see here LG is playing really aggressively. He isn't level 4 yet, so he doesn't have the pressure of his ult. And here we can see Turtle just being started by Aura. I don't think Aerowolf can actually contest this.
Yep. There you go. Rage will get it, but there's the silence, and LJ going for that Minion Fury onto Rage, and there's the Yin Yang Overturn to finish up the job from Trust.
Yes, we can see Aerowolf right now trailing by 300 gold because the turtle was taken.
Okay, 5 people down there just to kill this marksman. Han is in so much trouble and still have that mirror image and managed to go to safety.
Yes, we can see here they need to back though, because you can see Sugar pushing it up on the top lane turret and might be taking it as well, because I don't see any members from Aerowolf actually trying to defend it in the near time, but it only has a limited amount of
he
minions.
doesn't have the damage yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. Not onto this lane, but Alzora getting caught by Yam, and Yam finished the job for just to chase Alzora.
As you can see now, Leomort and Sugar go in the top side. They might be looking for a kill onto Billy if they do succeed in the dive, but maybe no, they miss the timing.
Yep, they will just go for this gold buff as per usual, and Han is actually on to 25% of the HP, and Rave getting caught by Vin, and Rave just going to be poked down. Even Nature Shield is being used by Vin, and Vin trying to chase Rave, but not enough. But now Trust and LJ is coming in for that gold buff and the backup onto Rave.
Yeah, you can see Arrow still trailing by almost 1k gold right now. They do need to make a play because Hakura is already level 6. She does have her ulti, she also has a lot of CC, and you can see Yam.
Okay, Billy, you flicker for what? And now Sugar is actually chasing, going for that Poison Stinger, and it's enough. And now Yam and Sugar will get the kill onto Alzora and Billy.
Yes, and what did Billy do? He flickered forward, unable to catch anyone from Aura.
Yep. And now even Minion Fury was used, and for nothing. What's wrong with Aerowolf Roxy right now?
Turtle resurrecting soon.
Okay, and now Rave is actually diving into Han, the Inferno Yos, and Yin Yang Overturn as well. But Han is actually going for that Blazing Duet onto LJ. What's this dive? Han is actually getting for the kill. And Rave, what are you doing? And still managed to get Han, but Han can manage to get that Thamus as well. What's happening?
What's wrong with Aerowolf right now? They had such a strong early game, and suddenly I don't know what they're doing. They're just like dying one by one by diving, going forward, getting out of position. Now they're giving another turtle onto Aura, who has a 3k gold lead at 3k gold lead at 5 minutes.
Yep, 3k gold.
Out of nowhere. That's the problem. Like They just died one by one out of position and just keep doing it over and over again.
But Sugar is actually just everywhere, you know, shoving that top lane. After that, he will just go ganking. But now Yam, not in so much trouble, I presume, because there's Sugar as well as Finn there. You know that the thing about Hellcurt, you can use his ultimate just to assist the enemy. But we haven't seen it so far. And now Han is actually getting low and going to be burst down. There's the Dark Knight Falls actually being used by Sugar. And now the burst onto Sugar. Yin Yang Overton being used. But Sugar is still managed alive. Trust is going to down from that deadly magic. No. But Mega Kill onto Yam. And now Rage is actually getting chased by Billy. Billy wants this, but Yam is actually going for that turret. Billy going to get Rage.
Yes.
And Yam is just pushing that turret onto bottom lane.
Yes, they have to need to defend against Yam, who has been pushing, also won the 1v1 just now against Rave. So now mid lane turret is being pressured by Billy. I don't think they can actually get it to Blazing Duet coming out from Han.
Yep, the Blazing Duet just to clear the wave so they cannot push even more. What a great play from Aura, to be honest, coming into this game. It's still 3k network lead, but now Han, what are you gonna do?
Yes, they might be looking for a catch onto Han, but Azora right now almost getting hit by Han and his Blazing Duet. Billy does need to watch out.
Oh no! Oh, the kick onto Sugar, and there's a connect. And Billy is stuck actually, but there's the burst from Trust, and Finn is very low now. The Brain on Fury onto Han and Vin very low as well, but still have mirror image to rush. But now Rave is actually getting bullied by this Leomord. I don't understand. There's the Blazing Duet, but it's too much. The damage from Azora was enough to burst him down before the damage from Blazing Duet is there.
He wanted to spook them with the Blazing Duet and suddenly with the mirror image coming in, but it just wasn't enough. His damage still lacked a lot of damage and he couldn't burst him down. We can see now Turtle being focused by Aura, and with Aerowolf coming, they might be able to secure it and also even out the gold.
Oh, okay, the Turtle actually secured by Rage, and LJ coming in with Minor Fury just onto Finn. Now the comeback from Yam using the Phantom State, the cover up from Rave as well, and now they're going back, but Billy is so much trouble and low, and now there's the Yin Yang Overturn. LJ is going down as well. Yam is a monster right now, just chasing everyone from Arrow of Roxy.
Yes, and Yam has to be very careful not to give out his life towards Arrow of Roxy because he's a huge presence right now on Aura. 604. If he comes in any team fight, he can definitely destroy Aerowolf right now.
I don't understand, like Leomord's supposed to be loose going against this Timus, but this Timus seems can't do anything against Aura's push, and now also the second turret on the top lane, as well as the mid lane, as well as the bottom lane. This is just a crazy push from Aura. And now look at that, Rave cannot hold anything against Yam. Yam is just too much right now for Rave to be handled alone.
Yes, I think Rave right now is just too far behind against Yam on that Leomord, and he can't do much. He does need assists from his teammates if he wants to go fight against Yam.
Yep, now Han is already finishing up his golden staff, and Arrow of Roxy doesn't want this building to go down on mid, so he wants to go buff. He might trying to contest this before Aura getting up.
Yes,
okay, the Phantom State.
Phantom State just to try and spook them out. I think he wants to try and engage, but the moment just wasn't right. And we can see Sugar here trying to shove the top lane wave into the inhibitor turret, giving his team some space to go and maybe clear some waves, maybe look for some EXP.
Yep, Endless Battle actually already being finished up by Sugar, and Rage trying to make something.
Lord resurrecting soon.
Look at that poker trick damage, already very good. We see Endless Battle and also Blade of Disperse onto Sugar. This is not good because that's a support Hellcurt just roaming around, and having these items might be a good thing for Aura.
Yes, we can see here Sugar being focused by Billy, but Sugar makes it out.
Using the Blink Touch, and LJ going for that second item, the Blade armor, but Yam is actually chasing LJ down. The Dark Knight Falls even there, and Yam, oh, but the Dark Knight Falls, Sugar got Billy solo killed by Sugar.
A support Hellcurt solo killing Cho right now, and that's quite a surprise. As you can see, Aura right now just focusing on the Lord, looking for
the damage.
big objective for them right now.
Yep, and this might be the Lord without contesting, and Rage is finishing up his concentrated energy. Rage is not having a good time actually, but it's 0-3, but Yam was just destroying everyone, and now Deadly Blade is already finished up from Yam. This might be not good for Tamus as well as LJ.
Yes, we can see right now Aura playing really aggressively, looking to catch any members from Aerowolf who are out of position.
Scarlet Phantom on finishing up on Sugar. That was the third item for support Hellcard, who just roaming around in the map. But now Vin looking for something with the push, with the Lord, and trying to make something happen. Billy trying to make something happen as well for Aerowolf, as Aurora is already getting chunked into 75%. LG is very low as well, but Lord has been taken down without even a single damage into the turret.
Yes, we can see that now the gold lead for Aura right now is almost 10k at 11 minutes. It's a huge gold lead, and they are looking to end this game quite fast because they're pushing quite aggressively onto the turret, inhibit turrets of Aerowolf Roxy.
Yep, Billy is actually just want to chunk something and kick onto Vin. Can they kill him in time? No, the Nature Shield is there. The Blazing Duet as well. The Vin is still alive, and the Minion Fury will get that Vin. But is it enough? Because Yam is actually on the backline, killing Aurora down, as Rave as well is very, very low. But Rage is now coming. Sugar was just focusing on the mid lane, inhibit the turret, and the turret onto the bottom lane is also very, very low. And Han actually, okay, Rave chasing Sugar down, but Rage is just focusing on the objective right now. Aura just pushing, and there's the Dark Knight Falls coming in, but Sugar will not do anything. Rage getting beat actually. Oh my god, look at that burst, and Trust has to go down as well. The cheesy strat from Aura, sometimes or somehow it works, and now Aerowolf Roxy is going down into the third game.
Yes, and such a surprise coming for the Hellcard support, actually doing a lot of damage once reaching the late game. And Aura taking game 2 against Aerowolf Roxy, forcing them onto game 3, the third game 3 of today.
Oh my god, everything was come into the game 3. Every single one. Oh my god, after that game was just, Aura is really a team that you need to look up for.
Yes, because Aura, even though they had a very bad few weeks, now they came back even fresher, even better right now. And now they've taken down Aerowolf Roxy on game 2, forcing them into game 3.
Oh my god, this is the point that you said that Aura needed. Like, even a single point is really, really precious from Aura. But after this game, I do think that Aura can actually 2-1 Aerowolf Roxy.
I believe they can do as well, especially on this performance on Yam, on the Leomord. He can solo carry really, really hard, even though we can see Rage like 3 and 3, we can see Han 2 and 3, but he successfully carried the whole team really, really well on that Leomord.
Yeah, that's why I do think that Rage just need to go back into mid after this, to be honest.
I mean, he's playing really well.
Yeah, I mean, he's just Rage is the type of probably Aura is chasing something up because he knows that Yam is like the actual star of Aura probably, and Rage is not having a great time on mid probably in during his time in Bigetron, and they just want to make, because the meta is like the mid lane is need to win, so to make something happen, right?
Yeah.
So Yam is actually on mid to make something happen, but it didn't work out on the first game during against Aerowolf Roxy, and they changed things up. Or probably we just sacrifice the middle lane and we just make something happen from the side lane, which is Yam on that Leomord, and it works because Aurora was getting shut down very hard on this game, and he cannot do anything.
Yes, we can see here Aura controlling the early game. They did actually lose in the very, very early part of the game, but just clawed back quite fast on Yam, gathering those kills. Even at 4 minutes, he already has 3 kills.
Yep, and the Minion Fury was just not enough damage to kill anyone, to be honest. Look at that, Sugar was even survived just because of the Nature Shield from Vin. And Rage, do he die?
I think, yeah, this part is when they traded out kills. Quite a lot of kills actually being traded out, and Aurora actually had quite a lot of kills at this point of the game. He had one kill enough and also farmed a lot, but it just wasn't enough. You can see Yam just going to the back line, using his Phantom Steed, destroying everyone he catches.
Yep. And at this point, I think Aura is already all over Aerowolf Roxy.
Yeah, this was very, very hard for Aerowolf to actually come back, because we can see Aura just destroying the backline with Yam there. Just getting all the inhibitor turrets, just ending it really, really slowly.
And yep, this is the end game for Aura Esports, and he will take the turret pretty easily, as Yam's damage was just too insane.
Yes, he did play a really, really good game on the leaderboard today, and surprisingly, Rage, even in mid, he played quite well as well.
Yep. It's been a while since he's going mid, but somehow he's enough for him for the team to carry the game. And yeah, so we will see a game 3 between Aerowolf Roxy against Aura. We are actually pretty tense here to see what's coming up on game 3, but we will have a short break coming up next before the game 3, and we will see you soon. Alright, welcome back to MPL ID Season 3. You are still with us, and we're still having a match ongoing as we go for the third game on this match between Aerowolf against Aura.
Yes, and once again today we have a third match going into this third game again. And now we can see Aerowolf actually being taken down by Aura on the second game after dominantly winning game 1.
Yep. It was a support Hellcat. It was like out of nowhere from Sugar. He was just doing it really, really well, and he was just being everywhere basically.
Yes, and we actually questioned the support Hellcart, but in the end, after he got his items, it was just like a regular Hellcart, just coming in and assassinating everyone. Even his ult was just like a support, just closing out the map, making his team able to attack and defend really well.
Yep, and he was just keep pushing that. He just drove in the lane basically on the top side of the lane, and he was just being everywhere. After the Dark Knight falls, he just coming into helping his friends, and he got the assist. The assist made his items basically.
Yes, and the whole game he just wave cleared any lane that was left untouched by his teammates.
Yep.
Just took the gold, went around looking for jungle as well, and just went for the opponents whenever they were low health. He tried to use Dark Knight Falls just to support his team from far away.
Yep, and that was actually a great idea because his team is always ganking the enemy team, and that makes him be able to split push and just having his items early on. And we see a very early Blade of Despair onto the support Hellcat, this is something like you have the damage from the Blade of Despair. It's enough for a Hellcat to actually burst down one people.
Yes, maybe he can burst down the core hero from the opponent. And the support Hellcat actually did quite a lot of work by split pushing, using Dark Knight Falls to close the opponent's vision. He also assassinated a few people. In the late game, he was just a monster as well, having 3 items, just killing any core hero from Aerowolf.
Yep, that's exactly right. So Aerowolf is actually must be careful coming into this match. They need to be careful of these cheesy strats, and they really need to focus on what they're doing instead of focusing on what the opponent doing.
Yes, exactly. And on game 1 they won dominantly, but surprisingly game 2 they lost the game, even though it was quite a close match. So in game 3 they do have to be more wary of Aura, especially with their new picks. We haven't seen Hellcat support on any team yet.
Yep.
They first use it. They're still keeping their high loss in Gacha as well that they might use on game 3.
Yep.
And I like the new picks coming from Aura. They're not using the same heroes over and over again, which makes it quite hard to read them in game.
Yep, I do agree with you. And this is just a discussion, but what do you think of a role called Scout? I do think that Hellcat is actually going into this role as well.
I mean, we have heard the new role like being made, which is Scout, which was made by Alter Ego, just Natalia walking around, just being a nuisance to the opponent, just trying to steal the jungle away from them, just walking around the map, giving pressure. And I think Hellcat has kind of the same role, even though he's more of a damage scout than a tanky scout like Natalia.
Yep, and we can see as well probably Selena as well as can give you vision using the trap, as well as she just needs to roam around, find the right arrow on the right target. So you just ganking middle, top side, and bottom side. So I think that's a good scout as well.
Yes, I think Selena can be used as a good scout as well, but I don't know how they will play it on game 3. For Aura, maybe they'll use Hellcat again. Maybe Hellcat will be banned as well from Aerowolf because it has been a nuisance for them in the late game. And maybe Aura will just transition to their new original playstyle with high loss and also Gacha and having more AoE team fights.
Yep. I do think what Aerowolf gonna pick though, is he gonna deny pick the Hellcat, or he was just let it go again?
I mean, Alzora could be set on a marksman, maybe carry, maybe he could also use Selena, because he has been very, very good at Selena, and it's usually banned on second rotation. So they could pick it on the first rotation if they really wanted.
Yep, but now, as we know, Aerowolf will get the first pick, right?
Blue side, yes.
Yeah, this is something that I said before. Like, the blue side was just everything. They take control of the game, they take control of the ban, and it just probably a different result from game 2. we might see a better result on game 1.
Yes, we might see a similar result.
Yep. And we will coming into the drafting phase right now on this game 3. Last draft for both teams.
And yes,
Our
Aerowolf
team is banned.
just banning the Hell card out. They don't want to face another Scout Hell card again from Aura, and it has been a nuisance because no one has actually used this Hell card.
Yep.
So might as well ban it rather than facing it.
Ooh.
And here we can
Is
see
banning.
a Cho ban, which makes few heroes open unless Aerowolf wants to open it. You can see Harriet still open, Grok still open, Lunok still open.
But I don't really think you want LJ to play his Grok, so probably Aura will just ban the Grok onto the second ban and just gamble on the heroes.
If
like
I was
Lunox
Aerowolf,
or
I would,
Kimi.
yes, I would ban Harriet on Aerowolf right now, just to make sure that they get the Grok and the opponent doesn't get the Harriet.
Yeah, but they ban the Lunox,
Your
so
team
it will
is
be a
banning.
Harriet Kimi thingy if they ban the Grok. But if they ban the Harriet, it's LJ's Grok. LJ's Grok, we know that the barrier was just on point every single time. He really knew how to play this hero. It was his signature hero, and he was just absolutely beast on that hero. And Claude is getting
Your
banned, so
team
they
is
want.
picking.
Trust will pick the Harriet out of this.
I think the Harriet is the best pick out of all the OP picks open, and Grok will most likely be taken by Aura. Yes, the Harriet is already hovered right now for Aerowolf Roxy, and they haven't used Harriet yesterday,
Your team
and Trust
is
on the Harriet was
picking.
just a beast.
Yep, he's going against PSDRQ. Now the Leomord
Your
on the
team
Grok.
is
This is
picking.
a very strong pick coming up from Aura. But the Kimi is still left open though.
Yes, but Kimi, once again, she's very immobile, and facing Leomord and Grok is quite scary on Kimi unless you have a very strong front line just to defend you.
Yeah, but actually, okay, so they will check the Balearic instead. But Kimi is actually still available because Auzora. Oh, okay, but no. A deny
Your
pick
team
as well.
is picking.
Yes,
So
they want to deny it.
They don't want anyone to play that carry, and we know Auzora was a beast on carry yesterday.
Yes, we know that very well. And even though it was like in the early game, he got like 4 kills out of the carry,
Yeah.
and just steamrolled everyone in the mid game.
Yep, and now what's Aura gonna pick? It's the Harley again and again. I think Rage
Your
is the
team
one going
is
to play
banning.
Harley instead of Yam, because Yam was just so promising on the Leomord just now, showing a great result better than Rage all these times, and they know that Rage is a good Harley player as well, so why not?
I agree on that. And we can maybe see once again Rage in the mid lane and Yam using Leomord on the side lane. And now we're going to second rotation of pick and bans. From Aerowolf, they might want to ban another tank.
Yep.
Maybe Kaya.
Yeah, but yeah, the Kaya is still left open, and they still can pick it. And usually, oh, Kimi actually.
Actually, Kimi is
Your
being
team
banned. That's
is
quite
banning.
surprising because right now Aura can pick the Kaya if they want.
Yep, because it's always banned from for 2 games from Roxy, and now they left open. I think Sugar did really want to play that Kaya, I think.
Yes, and we can see Akai also still open.
Kai open, Kaya open. So if Sugar play the Akai, oh, the Kaya ban.
Your
Actually,
team
Kaya's banned
is
by
picking.
Aura.
He's going to play the Akai, I think. But he really wanted another core first, probably. Or no. I think that a tank will be good right now because another core can manage to counter the last core. But Selena, now I think it's Sugar Selena.
I think it's Sugar
team
Selena,
is
yes.
picking.
And maybe this Harley is going to side lane.
Yep. And we never. But Yam is actually good with Selena as well. And Han is still can play the Leomord.
Yes. I don't really know who's going to use which hero, so we really have to watch until the end game.
Yep.
And Aerowolf Roxy right now looking for.
I don't think Rave using that hero is still good though.
Yes.
But the Ministar pick. Billy with the Ministar was good though. But
And a Lapu
yeah,
Lapu.
Lapu is way better on Rave. We saw on the first game,
Your
Yes.
team
way
is
better than
picking.
when he's using Tamus on game 2. So we will see which one is gonna use who. This is like we have no idea what we're gonna pick. It might be just another core, or it might be a tank right now on the Tamus. Yep,
On the Tamus right
of
now.
course. But I don't know who's gonna play the Timus though.
Yes, I know that Selena's going to be...
Sugar.
Yeah, no, Selena's going to be a roaming support as well.
Yeah, no, Rage is going mid, so Sugar is going to play this. Oh no, okay, wait, okay. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. This is the exact thing that I say. Okay, so actually Han can play the Timus because all this time Rage is going to play the Timus, but now Aura Sugar with that Scout. I think this is more suiting. This is suits Aura very well. The one tank composition, and this might be a thing, and probably Aura got this.
Yes, and they do really have a strong composition coming into Game 3 versus Aerowolf.
Yep, and we will see it in the game very soon, right away. Alright guys, we are on Game 3, the last game onto this series. Our Roxy against Aura. We see Sugar on that Scout roll again and again, that winning the first game, but we are seeing a very funny things here. Han is actually showing the mid lane first before Rage going to take it.
Yes, we can see here the Herod for Trust right now being a very scary pick, and Yam just wave clearing it out while Carry is looking for the buff.
Yep, actually Sugar will get the buff on top lane and actually laning. What? So Timus will actually the one shoving for Rage right here. But Vin is actually on the bad spot right now. The arrow didn't hit anything, but Vin can manage to still survive.
Yes, and here we can see Vin just going to under 50% health. He has to be very careful not to get hit by an arrow.
Okay, Rave. Ooh, the damage, but going to be resetted. That gold buff. Sugar getting 75% of the health bar now.
Yes,
LJ is actually shoving that gold buff for Trust, securing that for Trust as well. Look at that.
Yes, we can see a 400 gold lead from Aura out of pure farming.
Yep.
So that's quite a lot in the early game.
Okay, Aura is getting very aggressive right here, just to make sure Yam did not get any single farm, but it's getting low and ooh, actually deadly magic on Rave. But Vin almost level 4, and I do think they won this turtle. They already covering up the whole bush on the top side of the lane.
Yes, and I don't think Aerowolf can contest this unless Lapu Lapu just walks towards turtle.
And they will going to contest this, and Trust is actually getting shoved by Vin. The Shaman Force is there, but it's already... No! The damage is too huge! Sugar will get LG. It's 2 and the turtle. It's not good for Roxy. Billy is actually full rage down and using that flicker as well. Great play from Billy. And now Han is actually diving there and kill Billy.
Yes, and Trust, he was just far too aggressive. He just went into turtle and like wanted to tank 3 people on half health.
Yep.
He was just not strong enough. It's too far in the early game. He couldn't do that.
Yep, and now Vin is already actually level 5 and just clearing and cutting the wave. But Trust doesn't want to see that and trying to do something, but I don't think Trust have enough damage right now. And LJ trying to catch Vin, but Vin is actually having that passive and make him invulnerable, and he just want to stall the buff, but no. Okay, the damage onto 3. There's not the shot, but the Chitain rate very low, but Vin is going down as well, getting chased by Trust. Great rotation coming up from Aerowolf Roxy.
Yes, and the wild charge just now did so much damage, but sadly there was no fallout from this team. If there was fallout from maybe Sugar and Rage, she could have turned it around.
Yep, Rave is just perfectly there and using that Chitain Rage onto Rage, so Rage is somehow going back up. And now Yam is actually stealing the gold buff from Arrow Roxy, and now Billy using that King's Call. Aurora is in so much trouble, but no, the Spear of Glory will not hit anything. Han needs to go back down. The wild charge from Finn and the dive, and they will get so caught right away. Billy and Zora will go down.
Yes, surprising from Aura, they're controlling the early game really, really strong. While Aerowolf does have a leading composition, but they're not holding very well up against Aura, but they're trading turrets right now. 1 for 1 at the moment.
Nope, it's 2 for 1.
2 for 1 actually.
Yep, the middle lane will be
also taken down.
Yep, by Aura Esports. But now Sugar is actually looking for something. LJ is on so much trouble. Sugar still can flicker out, and that just make a space for the turret. But Han is actually looking for trust. There's the Shaman Force. There's the Nature Chill. The Chieftain Rage is there, and Vin
now from Rave getting another kill as well, which could set him off with the items, but Aura does still have a 2k gold lead actually, which is quite a huge lead at the moment.
And now Trust is already finishing up this Calamity Reaper, and it might be something for Trust to have these items on team fight, and they might be able to hold Aura down right here. But Rage is actually already chasing Rave. Rave still,
almost take him down.
Almost be taken down. Deadly Magic, not enough damage, but now another turret going to be destroyed by Aura.
Yeah, so you can see Aura now playing very aggressively.
Shaman Force onto Yam and King's Call as well, but the arrow will hit LJ. But now Han is actually on the back line, and Vin is, LJ is just using Nature Shield, and Han is set to go down. The Deadly Magic is there to kill LJ, but there's the Chieftain Rage from Ray, and just go to chasing Yam down, and that's it. And our Roxy has to go back and reset their things.
Yes, and Aura right now having so much gold, 3k gold lead up against Aerowolf Roxy. They have a lot of items. They actually have the Selena as well, which they can use to catch out any member of Aerowolf Roxy that does walk out of position.
This is just a new Aura setup right here, using this scout roll onto Sugar, and this might be a thing very, very soon, because it works really, really well against the top tier teams, which is Aerowolf Roxy.
Exactly what I mean as well, and Sugar right now just doing wonders on this new role that he has chosen, and Aerowolf right now just taking turtle, looking for some gold just to chase Aura down.
Yep, Shaman Force even being used, but stolen by this Grok! Vin, you naughty thief! And the turret on top lane, also the middle lane will go into the side of Aura, but the Chieftain Rage and King Soul is being used, not going to catch anyone.
This may be a turn back onto Aerowolf Roxy as they are now fleeting back into their base, having Turtle and Tower also stolen away from them.
Oh my god, this is just Aura stomping into Aerowolf Roxy.
Yes, and Aura right now leading with 4k gold. They're looking very, very dominant in the early game, but they do need to be wary of Alzora, who has been farming quite a lot of gold.
Yeah, the arrow
just missing
from Wraith right there. And Yam is going to just shove in the lane, have a free time farming, going to steal this buff as well.
Yes, and Aura has been very, very dominant lately at the 7-minute mark, just taking so much gold away from Aerowolf Roxy.
Almost hit Billy, that arrow of Sugar right there.
Yes, we can see here Rage and also Vin looking up onto Aerowolf if they're looking to engage or not, because they want to take down turret, the last tier 2 turret from Aerowolf.
Yep, and Vin is actually on the backside of the map, but Shaman Force onto Han. Han needs to be careful, but Han is actually surviving Deadly Magic onto Rave and the Phantom State as well. Trust, you don't have any Shaman Force left, and King's Claw actually missed, and Yam, okay, getting LJ down, but Yam is going to get down by Trust. Trust is just destroying Aura's member, but the mid lane, Han is also down. Sugar didn't manage to kill anyone with Han there. Shaman Force even being used, but the arrow from Sugar also connect. The Deadly Magic and the trap is enough from Sugar to catch anyone, but Rage is there just to help. Alzora chasing Sugar, but Sugar is just a scout and now have to die from a tank. That's a huge loss from Aerowolf Roxy.
Yes, indeed. Now they have a 4k gold from Aura, and Aerowolf Roxy has to defend with only 2 members left on their team against Rage, Vin, and also Yam, who will be pushing the lanes very soon. And now with Lord up, they do have to be careful not to get wiped out, or at least survive with 3 or 4 members, because once the opponent takes Lord, it'll be very scary.
Yep, it will be up to Rave as well as Trust to setting up the kills onto Aura, to be honest, from this Arrow of Roxy's. Finn is actually already finishing up his dominant. IGM is just there, can manage to kill Trust, to be honest, I do think. But Aura just pushing that bottom lane. And Yam, you actually get link caught. The Panther State is there, but no, Zaman Force is there. Is it enough to kill Yam? There's the damage when Trust getting arrowed actually, but nope, no follow up at all. But the turret at bottom lane will be down and taken by Aura Esports. That's the last thing they wanted, but Vin is just annoyingly on the side of that buff, but will not have the time to get the buff. And Billy is here just to clear the wave. Rage using that deadly magic, flicker out from Billy, and Spear of Glory, not enough damage, but the damage from deadly magic is enough.
Yes, we can see Aerowolf actually redempting one turret for themselves. They do need some gold because they have a 4k gold deficiency up against Aura right now, and you can see Trust here moving towards Han.
Needs to be careful right there.
Yes, now they're backing off, and Alzora, he does need a few minutes left to farm, need some items. But if we can drag this into the late game, I think Aerowolf Roxy does have a very strong opposition for the late game.
Yep.
They have Lapu Lapu, they have Harriet, they have...
even LJ.
Even LJ in the late game is very strong. So if they can hold this for, let's say, 5 to 8 more minutes, they'll have a very strong opposition.
Yep, and the Lord is actually being poked down by Aura, and LJ is actually getting caught. Nature Shield, not enough, and now there's the Zaman Force into the King's Call. LJ has to go down by Vin, but Trust is actually still chasing for something. You don't want that Vin, but Han is actually going down for Aurora. This might be something that Aerowolf needs, but Rave didn't manage to kill anyone, but Vin, the damage, is pretty huge onto Rage, but Rage getting Billy down, but Aurora chasing this Rage, the arrow missed, and now Rage has to pay the price because of that, and Aurora having a huge damage onto Sugar as well, maybe called Young, and Aurora double kill, and now this Aerowolf is turning things around, and the Lord is getting by Arrow of Roxy. What is happening? Aurora was just there, and nobody from Aura hitting Aurora, and now Vin is on so much trouble as well, and has to go down. Mega kill for Aurora with this carry. What is happening?
What just happened? And like one play, Aurora has outplayed 4 people, and now they're leading God the Lord, and they almost even up the gold. Aurora, you beast. And this is why you never give Aurora on his carry, just destroying everyone once he gets a few items. And that 4 kills just boosted his gold.
One arrow missed, and Aurora killed 2 people and almost killed Sugar.
Yes, it was very scary. And right now, Aurora has 7 kills on him.
Okay,
wow.
This is really great for Arrow of Roxy. This is the time that that they needed, and Aurora, they know that they just need to protect Aurora and make a setup for him, and it's just perfect from Arrow of Roxy. As we know, their heroes is just perfect for making things up and making a chaos.
Yes, now they're going to turn with Lord, still very healthy, still full health. They need to defend the Lord right now. Can Aura defend against this Arrow of Roxy right now?
Okay, King's Call even being used. The push is there, and the Chief Trainer is even being used. Inferno being in the backline. Han, but Unstoppable Sugar is down. Aurora, you're chasing too much, but now Yam. Okay, this is not good for Aura actually. But Aerowolf, it seems that they want it for more. Trust is almost down, but okay, the pull not managed to get Rave. Aerowolf Roxy, you need to be chill a bit, because this is not good if you got wiped out.
Yes, they need to back up right now, and Zora right now on 8 kills, and that Abyssal Trap.
Yep.
That was very scary.
I was like having a look. Oh my god, look at that.
Like imagine you dying after a huge fight win against an Abyssal Trap that was set like 2 minutes ago.
Yep. Okay, and LJ will meet me. To be honest, LJ was on point on this on that fight.
Wait, what's happening?
Oh, he just poking now. Okay, now
LJ.
Okay, the Chieftain Rage is in. Now Azora is there. Han is going for Azora, but the Nature Seal is going to protect Azora very, very well. But Azora is on the sideline, just taking everyone down. Rave is going down by Yam. Monster kill for Azora, and now double kill as well. Finn is going down.
And now Zora is being a beast, free hitting in the back line. 1 down, 2 down, 3 people down by him. And now they're looking to end this game. Aerowolf Roxy, can they complete the comeback right now? The only Nexus left standing, the wave is coming in.
Okay, there's the Zaman Force, and Rage is going down as well. Azora will finish the game. Azora is definitely the MVP of the game. What just happened?
He turned the game around in one huge play, taking 4 people down, and now you see Aerowolf Roxy from behind, completing their epic comeback up against Aura, and finally closing the game 2-1. They came in as one of the top teams against Aura, and they came out as the winner, but just by winning slightly against Aura this game.
What just happened? Azora suddenly have a huge impact of damage. I was about to discuss that what LJ needs to do is using that Nature Shield onto Azora, and when I about to discuss about that, the team fight happens, and it did really happen. LJ was just making sure that the Nature Shield onto Azora, and Han cannot do anything,
yes.
And Han has to pay the price.
And Azora just went on full Super Saiyan mode, destroying everyone, and from behind he basically one-man carried the team.
Oh.
Wow, 11 and 2 and 8. If he's not MVP in this game, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I will go to Munton's office right now and say your system is broken.
Yes, and Azora really doing it this game, carrying the whole team on his back when the team needed him the most.
Oh my
I'm lost for words, like legit. That fight, he outplayed 4 people by himself on that carry and is destroying everyone.
I think Aura was just not sure if he wants to kill the carry because they need to chase Trust, right? Trust was just withdrawing from that fight. He was literally alone on that fight, and every single member of Aura probably thinks, oh, carry doesn't have enough damage yet, they don't have the items, but because of that fight, because of that thinking, Azora getting his items because of that fight.
Yes, and Azora this game, he was just a beast. We know he was a beast on marksman, especially on carry, but wow, he really carried his whole team onto a victory, and 2 points secured by Aerowolf is very precious at this point.
Oh my god, I literally don't know what happened. Suddenly Aerowolf coming back into the game, and we'll see the highlight for that game because it's probably Aura was just owning Aerowolf Roxy all over, but this is the fight that actually look at that damage onto Trust, and Trust didn't die, and
he actually survived in the back line.
Yep, and Azora getting killed on Yam. This is an important fight as well for Azora. This is where it started, where Azora getting his items because of that fight.
But actually at this point, they were still very far behind. They were at least like 3k gold behind, 5k gold behind at this point.
Yep, but this is where actually Yam getting caught by Trust and also as well as Azora. Although they didn't hit by the... Okay, and this.
Yeah, this was very crucial as well. And if he didn't get hit by the wild charge, he maybe could have also ended Vin's life at that point.
Yep. This is where Yams is actually getting chased. I don't think he's died.
Yeah, he actually died as well. And this is when Azora like outplayed everyone.
Okay, this is Azora. It's Azora's time. Look at that. He just waiting on the bush, killing everyone. Look at this as well. And now double kill for Azora. Sugar is just running.
And he's not done yet. He actually got
not done yet.
Another kill here.
Yep. Look at that. Oh my god, man. I still don't have the word for it. Like, he does I thought Aura will hit that arrow as well.
Yes, it was
then
very
suddenly
close.
He has the dash, and then Rage is just down, Han is just down, Sugar just running away somewhere, and Vin trying to take that Lord from Aerowolf Roxy, and suddenly, look at this, Nature Shield onto Azora. Azora was just killing Han out of that
and Azora was just free hitting in the back line. No one could actually touch him.
Oh my god, look at that.
He just destroyed everyone.
He just destroyed everyone. Legit. This is Azora's game. Like, it's a 1v5 to be honest. Not a 1v5 actually, but
1+4.
Yeah, it's 1+4. It's like Azora's shining time. This is a show time for Azora this match, and it was really huge because as we know, and as yesterday's interview actually, Auzora was a very new player to MPL. This was just crazy that he do this on this first MPL.
Yes, and especially for his performance today was really well, especially on the carry. We know he is very good in carry, but this is an alarm to every team that you shouldn't give him carry anymore.
Yeah, you should ban it.
Yes.
You should ban the carry from Auzora. And that's it for the third match of the day. We will come back into the fourth match of the day. We got Bigetron Game League going against Saints Indo, but don't go anywhere. Of course, we'll be back very soon, right away.
Let me introduce you to my partner, Dexter. Let's go fight some enemies. Let me introduce you to my partner, Dexter. Let's get this started. Let's get this started.
You have slain an enemy.
But you don't, Dexter. You're getting fast started.
You have slain an enemy.
Let's get this started.
Legendary. Double kill.
The money.
Triple kill.
Download for free Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
The strongest ninja.
You have slain an enemy. Monster kill. Double kill. Legendary. Legendary.
Download for free Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Killing spree. An ally has been slain. Mega kill. Ally has been slain. You have slain an enemy. Double
Our
kill.
inhibitor turret is under attack.
Triple kill.
Hey, see my admirers behind me? Failure is not an option. Solitude is my closest friend.
You have slain an enemy. You have slain an enemy. Launch attack. An enemy has been slain. Killing spree. Double kill.
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Turret has been destroyed. Request that you have slain an enemy. You have slain an enemy. Mega kill. Ally has been slain. Mega kill. Slain.
Let me introduce you to my partner, Dexter. Let's go fight some enemies. Let me introduce you to my partner, Dexter. Let's get this started. Let's get this started.
You have slain an enemy.
But you don't, Dexter. You're getting started.
You have slain an enemy.
Let's get this started.
Legendary. Double kill.
The money.
Triple kill.
Alright, welcome back to MPL ID Season 3. We are on to the very last match of the week right here. Coming up next, we got Bigetron Gamely going against Saints Indo.
Yes, a very important match for these two teams because right now they're on the bottom of the table, the two bottom teams, and they do really need points to just try and climb up and try to set themselves safe in the playoffs.
Yep, I do agree. Especially, to be honest, Bigetron Gamely, they have 3 points. So it might be very, very important. It's not. It might be. To be honest, it is very important for them because they still had the chance to go into the top 8 and be able to go to the playoffs.
Right, and for Bigetron themselves, they did have a very strong early season. They played really well, especially against PSG RIQ and also Aura, but they haven't really shown much after their loss streak.
Yep, but we know that although yesterday they lost, they already vacuumed one week. Last week we don't see any Bigetron Gamely games, but to be honest, I do think they are stronger now.
Yes, they're much better than they were after the loss streak, and they might have actually a strong game against Saints today.
Yep, I do really hope Bigetron and Saints can put us a good show as they are really need that points.
Yes, indeed.
Yep, but here you go. Without any further, we are going to call Saints Indo into the arena. Alright, here you go, Saints Indo coming into the arena, and Dylan actually going to play this time.
Yes, one of the oldest teams in Indonesia right now, one of the veteran teams, and also Dylan, one of the oldest teams as well.
Yep, it's like he's the oldest player.
I think he's the oldest player out of all players.
Yep, and they already managed to have a couple of names having been on this team, to be honest, like Aura, for example. They're on Saints Indo's roster during MSC 2017. Like, that was way before MPL.
Yes, way before MPL.
And Saints Indo coming into the arena looking very well, I guess.
Yes, but they haven't been playing well, but they're today going to face Bigetron.
Yep, and now here it is, Bigetron Gamely. And here we go, Bigetron Gamely. No substitution, no links available today, so they will play with the usual roster on this day, the very important match.
Yes, right now they're in the 11th place with 6 points, but if they do win 2-0 today, they might have a chance to actually qualify later on if they keep winning. And against Saints Indo, technically they're above Saints Indo on terms of paper, but they do need to win it very cleanly today.
Yep, and as we know, like Saints Indo having those players and having those cheesy drafts coming in, and they really need to be careful about that, because like we know Clay is actually really a beast on Saints Indo.
Yes, and Saints Indo, although their roster is quite new, they do need to win as well, because their points right now is only 1 point, only having taken one game against Louvre, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
One game against Louvre, and they do need points to actually secure themselves in the playoff. if they actually win next week as well.
Yep, and since Indo, I do think that they are really actually competent to go against Bigetron Game Lead, as we know that Bigetron Game Lead was just sticking to that marksman play, and probably a cheesy strat might probably win the game from Indo.
Yes, and especially for Bigetron, they are very known to play Claude, and a lot of Claude actually on Bravo. But whenever he doesn't get his marksman, both Claude and Carry, he plays fighters which are quite lackluster. He doesn't really have a strong Leomort, he doesn't really have a strong Thamus, and makes it very hard for him to carry on fighters as well.
Yep, last time he plays Leomort, I think, where it's Brands that actually playing the Claude. I was like literally confused on that draft, because why not let Brands having that Leomort instead of him, you know? Like he can use he can use his signature hero, which is Claude. So I don't know, like probably he started to learn and things, and but he's not comfortable yet on that position.
Yes, especially we haven't seen Bigetron much from 2 weeks ago, so they might have learned a few more heroes, especially for Bravo, who hasn't been playing really well on fighters. But right now the meta is really strong on fighters. You play double fighters or mages, so he might also play mage actually.
Yep.
He might play Selena. That's what most marksman players do.
Or Harley.
Harley, yes.
Yeah, Harley. It was like actually like a marksman. You just farm. You can deal a ton of damage since early game, which is kind of cool for marksman to do.
Yes, and right now, Bigetron is facing a really important match. Both of them actually are facing an important match right now, because they have a chance to get 3 points if they win cleanly right now. And for Bigetron, 6 points, it almost qualifies them for into the playoff zone.
Yep. And now they are preparing themselves for the most important match, probably in this MPL Season 3. This match is that important for both teams. Like no other match will be this important.
Yes, indeed, because right now they do need to win for Bigetron and both Indo, because this win can actually give them a motivation boost as well, confidence boost.
Yep.
Because it's gonna be hard against the upper teams right now. So they have to make sure they win against teams that they are actually in their reach at the moment.
Yep, especially Bigetron Gamely, like they have the upper hands on the leaderboard right now compared to Saints Indo, and this will make a leap of faith. Like probably 2-0 against Saints Indo will make they finally had a chance to actually going for the top 8.
Yes, I agree with you on that. And for Saints Indo, they do need points as well to actually keep themselves in the race for the playoffs. So it's a very important match for these two teams.
And here we go, Dylan, the oldest team, the oldest players, I think, in the team as well as in the region, I think.
Yes, because he has been in the scene for 2 years plus, like 3 years. Since MSC, he actually played as well in Saints Indo, and later he kept playing almost every season for Saints Indo.
Yep, he played every single season for Saints Indo, and coming into this MPL, and Saints Indo having not the best part in MPL, to be honest. Like, although in MPL Season 1 they are at least the favorite team for Indonesian scene, but actually Saints Indo didn't manage to go further. Like they lost to RRQ at that time, and Evos as well, and even Team NXL. So who is actually not well known. NXL was like from the open qualifiers, right?
Yes.
And Saints Indo didn't manage go didn't go for that push to defeat the NXL, and finally have to drop down the MPL Season 1. And coming into MPL Season 2 doesn't have that much different. Like they're finishing like barely, to be honest.
Yes, they barely finished in the safe zone as well. And coming to Season 3, it's kind of harder since most of teams have stepped up as well.
Yep.
We've seen like even teams coming from 10th place like the Prime could take down Evos. We can see BTR even giving a run for their money against PSG and competition has been getting much tougher in this MPL. So it's quite hard for Saints Indo, especially with their new roster, to actually stay up in the pack.
Yep. And for Saints Indo, it was like a very useful experience, as well as Dylan might be called the in-game leader of the team, and the experience might be something for those players as well in his team.
Yes, he is one of the most experienced players in Indonesia as well.
Yep.
But with the Sumi roster, he hasn't had the best of results. His results were quite lackluster, especially against bigger teams where they failed to actually give run for their money against those teams. They did actually steal one game off of Louvre, but after that, they didn't show much of a strong showing.
Yep, and we do need something to happen, and we see how happy Bigetron Gamely and hype how in this very important match.
Yes, indeed, and especially with them having a few bad games before this match, they might want to clear that off their minds. They might want to learn from it as well, because they are a very strong team. They showed it in the first week against PSG, but after that, after winning against Aura, it all went downhill for them.
Yep, indeed, because it's just... wait, they go to 0, right, against Aura?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a very good thing. Like, we saw how Aura is a strong team, and they managed to defeat it. I do think that they will get more actually coming into this MPL. And before that, I would like to thank you for our sponsors. Of course, Bukalapak as our main sponsors for this event. Without these guys, probably this MPL will not be happening at all. So thank you for the sponsors. And don't forget, of course, Gamely, Wi-Fi Master Key, Michet, Krating Dang, as well as HyperX. And we only streaming on Facebook Gaming.
Yes, indeed.
And without if you watch this and not in Facebook Gaming, probably it's not from us. So be careful of that. And this is presented by Munton, of course, our lovely developer. Without Munton, probably the esports scene is not as huge as this. Like, they have been putting a pretty much effort eventually on the C region, to be honest.
Yes, and it's also hosted by MET Indonesia.
Yep, MET Indonesia. But we are going into the drafting phase real soon. We saw the drafting screen just now on the player's phone, and now here we going against the last match of the day.
Yes, and now we can see Hellcart is being banned
Your
by
team
Saints
is
Indonesia.
banned.
But I don't remember a lot of Hellcart players from BTR.
Yep, I do think.
I think like Leo Mort from Sora is like a key hero for him, and Claude for Bravo, Grok for Dreams, but I haven't seen
Your
Hellcart
team
used
is
by
banned.
Bigetron.
Yep, and Grok banned as well. So since Indo probably looking for something here. Probably they just hate Hellcart, you know?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe they just have trouble playing against Hellcart and just don't want any of their opponents actually using Hellcart.
Or probably their draft wanted them to go against, not good against Hellcart. But this is
Your
funny,
team
like,
is banning.
that's the, what?
Why are they banning Harriet? Because they
have the first pick, so they don't have to pick Harriet, but probably because Clay didn't play that much Harriet.
maybe Clay does prefer Kimi a lot.
Yep.
He plays a lot of Kimi, but I don't know. I haven't seen him on Harriet yet.
Yep. So probably, so before it was getting ready for Bigetron to take it.
Your team is picking.
They will prefer Kimi instead of Cho.
Actually, Cho being picked, and Kimi will be open for BTR.
picking.
And we do know Brands plays a lot of Kimi as well, so they might be looking to lock in Kimi and Kaya, maybe.
Yep.
Or maybe Akai, because Dreams does play a lot of Akai as well.
Yeah, but actually Kimi is very standard for Bigetron to pick, because two players actually can play. But Bravo will secure his clock. They don't want anything else. They don't want the Kimi. I just want my clock, and I will win this thing.
Yes, and Bravo on his signature hero right now, his comfort hero as well. And Claude is actually a very, very strong marksman, especially.
Well, but yep, and there's the time is coming in for Sora, I think.